Well, hello there, me babbers. Hello there, Yeet, coming in for the first claim. Hello there, Skeeve. Hello, 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 hello. Peasant, I sold my soul to League of Legends. I can no longer touch grass, Sag. Oh, I'm sorry about that. And I'm sorry about how delirious I am today. I'll try and, you know, I'm glad it's a short stream planned. People are doing well. Meet exotic spirits. Yeah, hot solo, hot single spirit in your area. Maybe Saturdays are about single spirits. We'll see. Maybe I shouldn't be wearing my hot hat. Who knows? Yeah, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. We did some Serpent last Saturday, so we'll probably do something that isn't Serpent solo. That's my idea. We could do some. I mean, I'm feeling a little bit delirious, so probably should go with something that won't destroy my brain. That's an idea. Nice hat, looks goofy, thanks. It's a great hat. It's a very warm hat. What is it? Closed captioner? Okay, I didn't click the button. Thank you, other bot that I have. All the bots are talking to each other. The bots. And wow, Ergobot, Butsbot, stream closed caption, and Nightbot. Incredible. That's some hot bot action. We've got hot singles. We've got a hot bot. Let's have some democracy. All right, fine. Fine. I knew you were all clamoring for it. So it's going to be a choice from two spirits that I'm pretty comfortable with. Okay, but we should be able to push it up to something interesting. Unless you make it three-way. Should you make it corruption vote? Corruption vote. Three-way corruption vote. What's the third one? No, two-way corruption vote. There we go. It's off. 2 minutes of corruption. 1 piezo a vote. It's all about who can be bothered. It's going to be 100 frickin' F here in the States. What even is an F? It's so hot in the States that you just C wasn't enough. You just go deeper into the alphabet to convey the temperature. So let's see. Oceans is beating Fangs. Currently. 2-1. Looks like no one's can be bothered to use corruption. Fangs is now tying Oceans. Oh my god, Fangs is now overtaking. Oh wow. And there's barely even a minute and a half left in this thrilling little bit of democracy. Fangs, wow, 6-2 for Fangs. No one wants to see Ocean, apart from those 2 people that did. Buyers Bunny, yes, using our stupid measurements. They're called freedom units. I've heard about them. Oh, Oceans is pulling one back. What an incredible day. I hope you're having a good Saturday, by the way. I am just a bit delirious today. Nothing to worry about, don't worry. I've been listening to music. It's dangerous. 13G or 1.987.4J. Ah, that's much clearer now. It's actually quite warm here, but the flat I'm in is so damp that it takes weeks for the flat to warm up, which is good for me. I quite like it to be cold. Actually got quite a big trip planned this weekend. Ooh, Fangs got another vote there. Very exciting time. I'm actually going to go to a place called Kingley Vale, which I don't like what it's called. Yeah, I don't want to go somewhere Kingley, honestly. I'd rather go to Peasford, which is actually a place. But you've got some cracking trees there. That's where I'm going this weekend. That's my plan. It's about a 4-hour drive, 4.5-hour drive. Quite a lot of driving. There's also another tree I'm going to look at called, I think it's something to do with Queen Elizabeth I. So she apparently stood by it in the 1500s. That's not why I want to see it. I just like old trees. Fangs has won. Ocean, get in the sea. Fangs. Well done, Fangs. Congratulations. Good job. You've heard once for each. Excellent. Okay, so it is Fangs. They're very strong. If I play fairly quickly, we should be able to do a fair mix of things. Or we could do something complicated. Let's just have more democracy. Just gonna have even more democracy. New poll. More democracy. More delirious democracy. So are we gonna go thematic? Oh, also, next week's Friday stream, we're going to have chat controls one of the spirits, okay? So you get mentally prepared for that. Thematic, or... Do we have time for all... No, for maybe Work through those level 6. Work through adversaries. There you go. Those are our options. So either on thematic boards or work through the adversaries. Nothing sounds fun like work, right? I was the only one voting for Fangs. Midnight with their equalizing votes. Well, it's balance, yeah? Balance in all things. You know, if you believe one thing, but you don't also simultaneously believe the opposite thing, well, you're not being balanced, are you? Yeah, people actually think like that. They need a slap in the mouth. Actually, more of a slap in the brain with rhetoric. Have a difficult time of Prussia 6 bottom track, and he's my most comfy spirit. Really? Interesting. Yeah, right. That kind of that early lump of blight is pretty brutal to deal with as Fangs. Unless you get lucky with, you know, like a good defend card for your weak lands. Work through adversaries. God, wow. People love working, don't they? Crikey. I just gave Ocean a vote because he was behind and I love both. Oh, sympathy votes for Ocean. Work through adversaries is now just, I don't know, people have just got pesos to burn, apparently. And yeah, hello YouTube, by the way. If you're on YouTube, you're listening to this, you've got to ask yourself why. Why haven't you used the bit I've put in so you can skip all this nonsense? Hey? Hey? But anyway, if you are hearing on you on YouTube, prove it by saying something, I don't know, what's a good thing to say? Hot singles in your area. Type that in chat. That was my hilarious going live message. It's very funny. Okay, work through adversaries is... Ooh, thematic is pulling back. Oh my god. Thematic is on 100 votes. Work is still ahead and still receiving votes. Oh my god, I should have this on the actual screen. But I don't. You just have to accept that. Work has 212. Thematic in the capitals has 130. Work has 1. I wreck all 3 of the others, but Prussia's annoying. Okay, okay, so work through the adversaries. This is a 3-hour stream, unless time has changed. I don't know, has time changed? North Americans at Handle Arbor are still going to be starting the stream in 3 hours. So, I think realistically, 3 out of the 4 will do Prussia. We'll do the Prussia. This one wasn't mobile, the other was. Oh, interesting. I have no idea why that would be the case. League of Lego is actually fun, though. You're addicted, you. Thanks, it. But I've got an idea. Just bring some grass inside, then you don't have to go outside to touch it. Apparently, it's a phrase people use. I don't really understand. Okay, so I think our best bet is to aim for 3, maybe 2. No, it's Fangs. It's Fangs. So maybe we just don't bother with France. No one likes France. So we go Sweden, England. Oof, that can be rough. Now I want to play League of Legos. Says Skeeve. I actually wanted to watch that League of Legends TV show. That looks really good. I heard it's really good as well. Okay, so we'll definitely, maybe we just go straight to Prussia. Maybe we'd go Prussia and then England and see where we are. I'm fairly confident that Prussia's going to be less brutal than England. I'm not going to think about what the map is. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pander to map selection. The map selection lobby. France is faster than England, but I prefer watching England. Yeah, France, I don't know. Maybe Royce hated the world the day that they made France. The All-Father. It's like, oh, you know, Yahweh flooded the world, Royce made France. That's how it works, isn't it? Prussia, England, Sweden. We've gone straight on Prussia, haven't we? Yeah, I am slightly delirious today. Just, you know, in case that wasn't obvious. All right, so we've got our opening presents place. If we just stick the beast in here, we could... Am I going to explain anything of use today? I'm just going to go, maybe. Arcane, that's the one. It's very good. Yeah, I actually want to see it. The art style, I remember seeing a trailer for it, I think on Twitch. The art style was just amazing. Only slightly improvement, eh? Hey! So, yeah, okay. So, Prussia 6, we've got to put Starting decision. Presence here or here. I think probably... Interestingly, we can always just reach across to this other presence here. I'm just gonna burn out all my brain on this first open decision. Is that cool with everyone? Is everyone up for that? Though, of course, we are going to get the opening explore, and it will be a double explore. This is interesting, though. If we put it here, then we've actually got the option to turn 1, destroy Town Explorer. Let's put it there. I think England is the better matchup for Fangs. They actually just made his kit to say you're not getting inland with that, with all that building. Yeah, you do have yeah. Is it the only spirit? Oh, well, I guess Rocky has build prevention, but it's the only spirit with like affordable, with modestly priced build prevention. Okay, so let's just assess this opening explore. Let's just assess it, yeah? No one's gone in with the blight, and we can convert this presence. Now, our targeting is horrible. I know that. I'm aware. What? The P-brain is in it's complete chaos in the P-brain. So we could go with the turn 1 teeth 2 near option, going top track Fangs to clear this. I like that. It's, not only is it preventing an inland city build, it's also clearing here, pushing a couple of beasts into here. We'd even have a beast lying around. The beasts in here we can then use to deal with this, and we could just let these two go. It's not ideal for all these to be blighted. Anyway, we're going too far ahead. Let's look at our minor power and see how that changes things. We've got swarming wasps, which is pretty interesting. This is interesting here as well, though, because if this is blighted and this is blighted, we're going to be in a position where there's going to be, we might just have a board full of wasps. Elemental Boon is amazing in 2 or more spirit, amazing, but in single spirit it's not as good. Swarming Stonk, says Jovo, and you're almost certainly correct, especially if we end up going Plays Keeper. Though if we like this, if we like this turn 1 town destroy, then we are committing to top track. We also need to remember to leave a presence behind in here, so that if we go top track, we can actually use these things. So we would be able to play wasps next turn. Yeah, I think I quite like this opening gambit. If we go in top track, though, we're a bit more inclined towards mages, but I think we go wasps. We go for the wasps. England has the London mechanics. What does Sweden have? Yeah, what does Sweden have? It doesn't have an alternate loss condition, is what it has. It's what it doesn't. It has the... I have a perfectly functioning brain. It doesn't have an alternate loss condition, does it? No, I can't think of one anyway. Annoying targeting things are blighted. Yes, yeah, but I mean, we could still benefit from having stonks in the rest of the island. It's just that we might be in a lot of trouble if this is jungle. We might be pretty sad, or even coastal lands. Obviously this is the worst situation. Coastal lands after letting these go is horrible. And I wonder if I shouldn't just be letting these go. Maybe it's probably better just to let this go, actually, than to let all this lot go. Because this is the land 3 thing. If this blights and this blights, then land 3 is even worse. And as Fangs, we won't be able to do anything about it. The trouble is, we could place a presence in here, and we can't prey on the builders, though. Unless we go turn 1 wasp prey. Interesting. We kind of went all in on this idea, and now we're just rejecting that idea. But we could place a presence in here and go wasps, builders, and think about going bottom track. Preventing this city build. Wasps, builders, with a presence already in there. Next turn, another beast from presence. Innate with gleam and too near. And then we've kind of, and then this will blight and this will still be blighted. This will also blight. I think that's preferable, actually. There was no Swedish loss condition. Excellent. I actually think that might be better. This is very tempting, right? But I think actually, because this is great unless we get coastal lands. If we get coastal lands, having decided to let both of these go, I think that's just possibly a loss. That's just a loss, Jim. This also enables me to go bottom track, which I think is generally more useful. Be even nicer if we could kill this city early. That's just wishful thinking. So I think it's something like this. So the city... We might actually just convert that this turn. Am I just making a mistake here? It's okay to make mistakes. Let's just do it. Let's just play. Let's just play badly, shall we? We can also rescue our presence with ranging hunt. Buttspot prefers bottom track. I have heard that they prefer bottom track, but they never. I don't know. Never learned why. Is there a way we can... The fact this was a turn 1 city build was why I was so drawn to addressing this land. I think actually we rearrange... Do we just abandon this land for now? And come back to it? We can bring these beasts into here with this build. I'm not sure about what I'm doing here. Prefer bottom track in all matchups, including Habsburg 6. This is the only one I'm shaky on. Interesting. It could just be like, you know, a few unlucky runs. Last one just pushed fear alone. I think I remember you mentioning that in the Discord. So if you wonder what the hell I'm thinking about here on the back, the back brain burner is what to do with this gather push. We can't get these beasts over here where we'd really want them. We can't just abandon this land. I think just abandoning this land is reasonable. Because this is a jungle, so it's easy for us to go back in just with our presence place. And I think we leave the beast in here with this explorer. I'm not sure I've done this the right way around. Okay, so we didn't get the coastal land, so choosing what this less appealing option didn't matter that much. Okay, so we can Prussia escalation in with beast. I think that's the right pick, better than any of these other ones. So we're gonna. This is still not ideal. We've got blight into build blight. We can at least address this land. And we're going bottom track now, so we might be able to, if we get a defend card, that could do everything. It's only a 5 damage ravage. If we're at 3 plays as well, I think that's crunch. Gold's Allure may have been a land saver. Gold's Allure. I don't think there's any world where we don't pick wasps. No, there's no world. Okay, what do we get? Fire in the sky. Oh, nature's Brazilians. You love to see it. That's the defend card we want. Because not only that, but it's we need to make a sacred site here, which kind of ruins things a bit over here. So we might be letting it blight once and then cleaning it up next turn. Trouble is, we actually can't address this land if we... Because we need our innate to... Oh no, Nature's Resilience has a beast on it. It has animal element on it. It's fine. We just play 2 near teeth resilience. And yeah, we get to do everything, except it needs the sacred site. So we defend in here this turn. And then we... crunch. Allure prey turn 1. I guess on this board, lure is nice. Yeah, I mean, it's with empty starting mountains. I think it's resilience. So we can get our innate. And we can have our sacred site here. So we let this go this turn. Then we have an unsafe build. But the other nice thing about Nature's Brazilians is that if we give them water, we can clean up blight as well. Nature's Resilience is like a major for Fangs. Yeah, it's just so good. It's good for everyone. We don't start with water business. Okay, so what ravages we've got? We've got this one here we let go. Though we could defend that. I think we look after this coastline as a priority. Hey there, Vern. Good morning to you. It feels like a buttonly your butt day that our paths last cross, says Buttspot. I'm inclined to agree with them. So yeah, sacred site in here. We just take the defend. That frees us up to do innate things over here. So we do need the sacred site for targeting for this, but then we can also use our innate over here and we can convert something to maybe almost take care of this, except we have no targeting. We have no targeting, but we can at least destroy the town and then salvage the presence. Odd start. We actually, so we can't, I don't think we want to add a beast this turn. The one place we might want to add a beast, it is bad to add a beast, so we're not doing that. What book is this? This is Spirit Island. And this is the digital version of Spirit Island made by Handelabra Games. Let me just, that probably suggests my stream title is not clear enough. So I'm just going to put Spirit Island at the front. I'm slightly delirious today, so I've just tried to make that clear in the title. So yeah, thanks for asking. Because yeah, board game category is a funny one. Because it's all sorts of bobbins in there. Can I just not spell either? Can't spell either today. But yeah, if you have any questions about Spirit Island between me and chat, I'm sure we can answer them. And I promise to try and answer them honestly. Philosophically, would having Nature's Brazilians then make you a Brazilianaire? Yeah, I think so. So we defend in here. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny! I bet everyone says that to you. Just one more. In that annoying choir of people saying, hey, Johnny, to you. So we want to get our presence out of this land. But we can do that with ranging hunt. We can destroy this. We can gather one of these beasts out. Destroy the town and then move our presence and with this push because of Ally of the Beast. It's a classic. It's true. It's a classic. This is still not great. We're looking at the island blighting this turn. We might just lose now, by the way. We might just lose. If we get tipping point, we've just lost. Don't tell chat. You know, every so often I like to just play badly to remind people of my casual Spirit Island status. So this is, yeah, not great. This is going to be blighted. I think we leave a beast in here in case that deals with this. this ravage, but we save the presence by pushing one. I think ideally, if there wasn't a presence here, somehow we would push both of these. We would leave both of these beasts in. But given that we want to preserve our presence, we want to push one out, and our beast wants to go somewhere in with an invader. So we'll bring the presence with us like this. We might just lose now. Just be prepared. Yeah, it is beast attack time though. We might not get years of little rain, but our beasts are going to attack. And our sands are also unbothered. So this actually is a pretty good result for us. The event deck to the rescue. The event deck noticed I was a bit disheveled today and said, you know what, peasant? I was really mean to you yesterday. So although we don't get to do my favourite aspect of Years of Little Rain, we do get to do all these other things. And we even get to destroy a city with this, which is ridiculous. And we don't lose blight here, okay. RNGesus heard my call. It doesn't make any odds in here. So we need to just remember that we can choose to... No, we actually couldn't choose to not lose the beast there. That's unfortunate. Because let the plants die has reduced the health. We can't choose to just not assign damage. The beast dogs are coming in. Barely started placing them. So we're actually, well, you know, mixed feelings about this. We're about to lose all of our beasts. Almost all. We've got one beast left on the board. But this is a big result for us because it's gone from... In fact, this is a bit like War Touches the Island Shores, which is not an event you'll find in the digital version, because it will result in a situation a bit like this, where there's now not much going on this board. Okay, well, there is now. We've got coastal lands. It changed. Everything has changed. Everything has been changed. So we've got a ravage here. We've got a 2 near the jungle. I mean, there's one good place to target 2 near the jungle. Though, wait, though, actually, this is... let's think about next turn. Let's think about next. We're going to get reclaim 1. This is an 8 damage ravage right now. Currently, it's beyond the scope of resilience to defend, and it's also a blighted land, so we can't go in there. That blight land not having a city now can just be chased. Yeah, it's ridiculous. A very good result. Interesting, I'm going to have to add that to my little brain compendium, because of Years of Little Rain making that happen is something I've not seen. The fact that it meant that my beast attack kills a city, it's an interesting little wrinkle. 2 near takes it to a 7 ravage. Well, yeah, exactly, it does. And we've got an easy defense. The thing is, this is preventing a build. We've got no other water cards, so we've got no way of turning Nature's Resilience into a yoink. Pushing Dahan in their next turn, maybe. Yeah, our only Dahan pushing right now is Terry's Chase, but that's slow. But we could push there after. So after the build they push, but then it's an even bigger ravage. Mutter. This could be a loss, says Visaurus. If I ever want a fun, relaxing game, Keeper of Finwell is my go-to spirit. Yeah, they're very strong. Pushing Dahan in their next turn. Oh, sorry, I've just read that already. Hello there, Visaurus. Welcome in. I'm more delirious than normal today. Just gonna... Just to let you know, normally I'm at least 70% less delirious. So we could take it down to a 8, which is defendable. We've got our reclaim 1 here. So we can keep on going with these 2. Which energy we've got? Plenty. So we can defend this, prevent the cascade, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. We can get up to 4 presence, which will protect us from tipping point. I think that's better than leaning into RNGs. We did lose a lot of beasts though from that beast attack, but I think it's still fine. We can just use our innate in here probably because we are... And maybe push beasts in here for a little bit of help from RNGesus. Oh, except maybe we don't gain a card. But then we don't have the energy to go teeth resilience near because it costs us 1 to reclaim. We could just let this build though. This is not the end of the world of this just building up. Maybe we just draw Veal right now. Will our brains cope with Jagged Earth as she releases? Oh, I am so looking forward to that moment. I just, especially like in the context of streaming and YouTubing. I love playing it physically, but I really enjoy the streaming thing, and I've tried doing it physically. I just don't like it. I don't really like tabletop simulator either. You gain a card when you claim. It's true. It's true, so I may end up getting another 0-cost plant beast card. We can just build up our wasps though. God, I am pretty delirious today. We could just, so we can reclaim beyond 1 power, 3 plays. We do have 2 0-costers to play, and resilience has the elements on. It's still really good. Yeah, I'm glad I'm playing a familiar spirit. Just gonna put that out there. Oh, here there be monsters. Multiplayer is almost enabled for Spirit Island. Yes, it is. You can play it already in beta. It's pretty good. I'm a bit of a crab. I like to just play on my own most of the time. Though next Friday's stream, chat's going to be controlling a spirit, apparently. I'm told. There are no 0-cost plant beast cards till Jagged. And that's an interesting little factoid. No 0-cost plant beast cards. Until what? That one where there's someone looking sad. This is a great card for us though. And we're going plays Fangs, so the energy, the fact it's 0 is a lot, even though this is perfect elements. And we like Fear against Prussia 6. Still thinking about this though. We've only got 1 other plant card, but we do have, we've got reclaim 1 now, so it's actually fine. We can get by with this many. Love to see it. Their fear deck is a clown show. Yeah, call this a fear deck. So we're not necessarily... Ooh, just realised I wanted to do stuff in here, but I'm thinking I actually probably want to move this presence away. So we could prevent this build, which is great, but then make sure that this is a blight corridor so that we're not blighting in this direction and losing presence needlessly. Because this is not a guaranteed defend. A defend 6 versus an attack 7 is... Yeah. A couple of good ones in Jagged. Carapace Land. Yeah, that's a nice one. Is it Weep? Weep for those that are lost? God, I don't know. And there's that one Glimmer likes. No, the one Poultry Speaker likes. With the, what, -1 attack for all invaders or something? Okay, so we are going to be moving this presence away, and we're going to be staying on 4 presence on the map in case we have tipping point. This, and we're going to prevent this build, and then move this. So we're going to bring a beast in, and then push this somewhere, not here because this again is risky. So probably we're going to push this from here to here or here, maybe to here. So maybe we just have the presence in here because it means that Teeth Gleam 2 near bits shenanigans is kind of fine. And also is we're kind of on the way to a sacred site in here if we need to defend it. Yeah, I like that. It is reasonable. Mesmerized Tranquility, that's the one. I'm treating myself to that fancy deluxe Invaders War. Oh, do you like it? Okay, yeah, I looked at it and I don't get it, but I know I'm a weirdo. I've realised now. It took me a long time to realise. Pizzo, I'm a weirdo. Ooh, we could actually push a beast in here if we slap in a wasp. I think we slap in a wasp. Push one in here in case that helps counterbalance the event deck. Though we won't have a fear card, so probably won't, but it might. Great, take care of 3 this turn and 1. 3 next turn is probably better. Yeah, because this is, I think this could be very disastrous if this goes wrong. Whereas this is, I mean, I just don't think this is not a big deal. Especially, yeah, we'll actually be able to convert beasts next turn and still be kind of safe to tipping point or safer to tipping point. So if we relocated this presence here, we could next turn, we could just fast kill the town that's ravaging here, reclaim our resilience in here. It's still not perfect. It's not a perfect plan, actually, but it's what we've got, Jim. My table is not big enough for that deluxe board. The art's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I'm thinking if I'm gonna buy anything next for Spirit Island, it's gonna be the deluxe tokens. But I'm kind of, yeah, I'm quite happy with my regular tokens. I'm now wondering about putting this wasp in here instead. Tried inserts for the physical game. It didn't end well. Almost glued my fingers together. Now I'm getting a medium docs card box with 3 boxes inside that. Yeah, I'm often a bit mean about people that talk about storage, so I'm gonna try and be a better person today. I've just got one of those like tool things for my tokens. That's kind of helpful. BFL has the deluxe tokens. They're great. Yeah, I should have ordered them with when I got the Jagged Earth Kickstarter. I should have, because at that point I knew that I love Spirit Island. It was, you know, there was no real doubt there. So we've got a not perfect defend there. It's a 7 on a 6. What's my justification for not preventing this build, Peasant? Oh yeah, if we do this here, we can safety first this presence. Because otherwise we're in a position where if this goes wrong, we either have a massive cascade or we lose to... Yeah, it's just too horrible. So I think this is better for that reason. So we wasp in there. We ranging hunt. We gather a beast in here. We kill this. We push a beast in here in case that will help us with events. And then we relocate the presence somewhere that is not a risk, that is not in our corridor, but is somewhere else that is useful. Maybe in with the Dahan is useful, taking our in lands with Dahan rate factor to 3. And it also we're bringing a beast adjacent to here, which could be relevant as well. So we'll bring the presence here. I just figured quality card box separate means I have space for tokens. Problem solved. Yeah, who needs glued fingers? Bacon's an avid upgrader, and I don't like the invader, but I think it's really cool, the colours that appeal to me. Yeah, I love that we get to see that. It's nice seeing the bringer artwork, you know, it's amazing art, I love it. I don't know if it's just that thing of like, you know, would I be happy with anything like that? But I feel like Spirit Island art as like posters or whatever would be pretty cool. Or even just like putting Spirit Island art on Redbubble or one of those like print on demand sites. Really a case of each their own. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We've got Fierce, Mean, and Toll. Toll does nothing. There's no disease around here. No disease around here, but we do have a fear card that might make this beast. Oh, crucially, we also... Wow, I am delirious today. Yeah, we didn't get any damage boost, so this defend is enough. Push a Dahan from a land with invaders or gather Dahan into a land with invaders. So we could just grab a free counterattack here. Pretty good. Even though it is just, you know, scattered Dahan, I think it's worth the risk for a free fear and a town destroy. Because they're about to replace the town, but it's all fine. I hear tell of expansions a couple of years from now. Maybe it's just rumor. It's more than just rumor. They're definitely working on multiple expansions, one of which is a Dahan-focused expansion. Because there was a... We know it exists because multiple people have talked about it, but also because there was the call for kind of sensitivity readery type people from indigenous kind of colonized peoples, which was kind of cool that Royce was up for that. I mean, it makes sense. I have the premium tokens. The feel is great. Still need to come up with something better. I've been keeping the cards in baggies. All the long-standing members of this chat have realized that I am not being mean about storage solutions today, and they're all just getting it all out of their system. I use deck boxes for games like Arkham Horror and such. Spirit Island uses 5 of them, I believe. I just have them all in the box that the game came in. All right, I should stop teasing chat and figure out what I'm doing. So we've revealed Mountain. So this is going to have so there's no point to put a town in there because it will have an explorer in there anyway. So the whole making the most of our stonks thing is irrelevant at that point. So we've got 3 candidates that are okay. This of course is blighted, so it's not so good from our point of view. So it's probably one of these. So we've got Ravage here, a Ravage here. This land is gonna have a single explorer in it for the Ravage. So this could be really bad. This might be a really useful land to target next turn. But this defend is pretty critical as well. Well, this defend is even more critical. Because if we get a boost Ravages by 1 effect, that will also make this a cascade because we're on a 7 again. And because this is blighted, I can't use my innate in there. It's okay, I'm in between the storage stuff. You could be crabby, thanks. License to crab. I've realised that my internal world is almost, it's like almost completely not observable in the outside world, which is kind of interesting. Hey there, Mr. P. I was listening to some prog earlier. It's called something like Until We Die, After the Corpse. It was something like that. It was really good. And I was nodding my head while eating spaghetti, and that wasn't such a good idea. But it was fun. Storage upgrade people versus I have no idea what half my tokens are. Yeah. What is all this stuff? Where is it? Okay, so we don't put the town here, so it's one of these. We're not anywhere near to like clearing in land, so that's not a useful project. We do have a big fat defend card, though probably we'll want to use it in here instead. Here has got more like to have beast adjacency. Let's not overthink this peasant. Have you considered that? Hey? Have you just for one moment thought about that? We'll put it here. Island surrounded by water. Maybe I should drink some. I've heard it's good for you. Water, apparently. We could just prevent this build here with Two Near the Jungle. Game is easier when you only have 3 tokens per person. That's some strats there, Joe. I like it. Game is easier. Lately in the Discord, I've been being mean about people wanting to house rule Spirit Island, having played it a few times. I feel so bad about it. But not bad enough, not ashamed enough that I'm not just telling you about it right now. Okay, we do have this Ravage here next turn. This Ravage is actually less important than this Ravage in some ways, but I still think we address this Ravage. So we could prevent a build here, or we can Two Near the Jungle here. Though actually we can just kill this with our innate. We can just convert, bring, send, and that's with making a super sacred, so we still have to defend there. Not only that, but this is then empty with these in, so actually this is fine already. All we need to make sure we're doing is we're broke peasant, because you never ever gain extra energy as fangs. Bad peasant. That's why they sell premium tokens, to punish those who lose tokens often. Yeah, wife's out of town for a couple of weeks, so Spirit Island just lives on the coffee table. It's glorious. Living the dream. Yeah, my girlfriend left me, so same, but forever. Was your copy of Spirit Island in a prenup? If only my ex had cared that much about Spirit Island. If only. Everything would have been better. Actually, I'm going to have to think about this for a second. Sorry about this. I think because of the energy issue. The energy issue. Been spoiled by going top track recently. That's the trouble. We could go present. If we go presents... Oh, we've got a handful of cards, peasant. You relentless peanut. We've got a handful of cards. We can just go energy... We can go energy place, reclaim another one of these plant cards, which will be resilience. Yes, it's fine. I just never use this going plays till now. Okay, so that means that we don't get to use these next turn, but that's fine. We've got a nice turn potentially with resilience, innate, push beasts. This we let go, but we will have 4 plays. I wonder if we could maybe we've got a different solution here. I guess the other thing is we don't gain new cards this turn, so it's a rare turn if we go energy place where we don't gain a new way of addressing this. So yeah, okay, this is fine. Sorry, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. +3 energy place spreads is great growth then, says Bacon. Don't usually use this until this turn or next. Where's briny depths when you need it? Where indeed, eh? So we actually have a solution. We can clear this in our fast phase. We can then push 2 beasts into here. So we actually do have the luxury of 2 nearing the jungle in here. There you go. We got there in the end. It does deny us potential stonks for the beast, but denying a build is pretty good. Okay, so we gain some energy. And there, we have all the energy we need. We just need to try and not just fecklessly waste it, though we probably will be fecklessly wasting it. Especially as we need to spend 1 on this as well. Ooh, it's going to be some feckless wastage. It's just... That's just sometimes you've got to do that. You've got to... Great 1 costers like Inflame or Nature's need energy support. Yeah. They certainly do. Okay, so the non-negotiables are these 2. This will, with any of these, means we've got our damage. We probably want to force this, even if we don't want to play it. So that we are not totally destitute next turn. We can we use Terry's Chase? We could use Terry's Chase in one of these lands this turn, and mainly for the fear, but rearranging this is useful too. Prey on the builders is irrelevant. Yeah, Terry's Chase at least does something. We probably go full reclaim next turn. Full reclaim on 0 energy is kind of okay. But we're probably going to not have a lot to... Unless this goes horribly wrong, we're not going to have a lot to worry about next time. Okay, so we Ranging Hunt. Clear this. Terry and 8 is great. Yes, good time for everyone. So we pile them in here with invaders. We leave our presence here. We're still kind of playing around tipping point. Resilience in here, and again, it's still a risky ravage. This could be really bad. If we get damage plus event tipping point, it could still... No, it wouldn't be a loss, but it would be grim. Each town does plus and damage. We've got damage plus event. We're halfway there. Oh, but beasts are going to counteract it. There you go. So, you know when I say stuff like, hey, if we do this one thing, but then we might... But then I'm not complaining. I'm saying, hey, there's no Dahana, there's no beasts. Here, this damage is counteracted by the Beast Destroy. And we've got a free Dahan for everyone, and it's a free counterattack. The events deck is kind of being pretty kind to me today. Blight on the coast incoming. No. No blight in the coast here. I'm sorry. I mean, we've already got some blight on the coast. We don't need more anymore. So yeah, so if it wasn't... Actually, maybe I went too quick there. Wait. So the reason... So there was an extra town there, but the prey on the unwary here, the beast destroyed a couple of... There were 2 beasts in there, and each of them destroyed an explorer. So it all worked well. And a heart. I just have this funny picture of like bacon. It's like this like human-sized pack of bacon like hunched over their phone, just like these little greasy little tendril fat fingers. This is what happens when my brain is left to work with people's internet names. So we've got a 4 damage ravage here and a 1 damage ravage there. We've got here there'll be monsters we can use just to milk the fear. And we've also got Terry's Chase. Oh, we've got options. And suddenly land 2 is chaseable. Did we just kill that settler who turned a settler into a Darn? Who turned a settler into Darn Boomerang? I know. There's just... Can they just... relax with all this? Okay, so preventing this build is the thing that makes sense. We can use Chase with Gleam to completely empty one of these lands. We don't really have like mass destruction particularly, so but we also have we're in stage 3. We're in stage 3. God damn it, Prussia! Why are you so fast? Yeah, I'm in my warm hat. I'm delirious. If they build a city here, this is still very defendable with resilience. We actually can't just plonk a beast in there with Teeth Gleam. So actually we can't address this with our innate. Not kind of directly. Part of me is almost thinking about just piling stuff in here, making a horrible land that's hopeless, but we don't have any mages, so that's just kind of bad. See, this is very chaseable in here. We've actually got much... This is a much better chase, though. We can even hear there be monsters from here into here, and then Terry's Chase into here, but we've got no mass destruction. Do we think about trying to grab some kind of mass destruction? The fact we've got Blight in places is annoying. We could just push them in here. A combination of beast attacks and Dahan and Dahan counterattacks could do some work in there. How are your Steam achievements going? I have not even I've not been deliberately going after them. It takes me quite a long time to get to that. And with Spirit Island, I've got a lot of my... It's interesting, Aaron Stevens has started this new thing on Board Game Geek about kind of what you're doing with Spirit Island. And at the moment, most of my Spirit Island things I'm doing are like really about trying to make better videos and things like that, rather than like... my original idea was I wanted to beat all of the adversaries at level 6 with each spirit. I think I'm actually kind of almost there certainly for Certainly for Branch and Claw. But I've just been distracted by trying to make good content. Hey there, Mr. P. I think Chase 8 and Wasp monsters. The 8 isn't really important right now. These are the things that matter. Peasant search crabbily. I think I like just getting this lot out of here. I guess the thing is that these are dealable with in the fast. That is true. We can think about those in the fast phase. How much time have we got? Not much time, eh? Okay, so we do have a plan. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out everything. Bear with me. So this counterattack here, all going well, should deal with the city that gets built here this turn. We might get a push. This Dahan might get pushed in there by an event, but these might get pushed out. It's not a fully reliable plan. If they're ravage building in here, this is actually would be a nice thing to not worry about, but we can't just get in there. We can make a sacred site in there and defend. We don't have to harm movement. Can we get enough beasts in there quickly enough? We go wasps gather. That's 2, which is it's almost enough. We can't teeth gleam to go gleam into chase. I think we clear these 2 lands with monsters and chase, and then we put them not here, and not here, but here. Though emptying this out is also... You could push a Dahan with here, there'd be monsters. You can push a Dahan with here, there'd be monsters. Good lord. Good lord. If you read this card before, Peasant... I mean, I could, but preventing a build just seems better, right? Surely. I think we push the wall into this sands. But then we've got this problem. Though if this gets explored, we can just use Terry's Chase. Next turn. We're reclaiming next turn anyway, I think. Reclaim and 5th play? Actually, maybe we just get to reclaim 2 and go minor power. Reclaim resilience. In fact, we could go reclaim resilience, reclaim monsters or any of these. You can read it? I know, right? Terry's Chase moves the Han. It does move to Han. In fact, Terry's Chase moves both. I don't know, I want to prevent both of these. I sometimes feel that I'm just not explaining myself. And I've got to the point now where I just have to accept that my attempts to explain myself just inadequate. But it's tricky though. I know what it's like to be trying to tell people things in a Twitch chat. Oh yeah, we don't have the 0 range on Terry's Chase. That's the issue there. That's why that doesn't work how I expect it to. So we actually can't do anything directly about this. So this is a you may push, so we push the Dahan with it, and as we want to defend in here anyway, we counter, yeah. Okay, and then we Terry's Chase to just maximize fear from here. And if we're defending in here with counter, that addresses the city build, which is good. We need a sacred site in here. We can make that next turn. And we could start converting it, maybe convert this into a beast. Except we can't do much with our start part cards, but we won't be using those. We'll probably be using wasps anyway. Maybe with prey, we could actually use this ability here to kill some of the other stuff. And we terrifying chase in here to not add to our problems in here, because there's no benefit to that. So if we defend in here, how many beasts can we bring to bear? How many beasts can we actually bring in here? We could place a presence in here. We can use our innate to bring this beast with a presence. And we could, if we place a presence, oh, we won't be able to convert. I'm thinking about targeting issues. You know how it is. You know how it is when you've got targeting issues you've got to think about. Can I clear this and prevent the city build? And have the sacred site for defending in here. Presence. Well, we can prevent the city build. Yeah, I still think I think this is the right place to push it. It's the right place, okay? Not that confident of that, but I'm gonna pretend I am. So if we, as long as we place our 5th presence, we then get 2 reclaims from here. Of course, this is still an option. I feel like, do we have other fire cards? We do. Oh, Wasp's a fire card. If we get to 5 plays, we've got options like using this effect in here, maybe. Or in here. In here, it clears this blighted, awkward land that's just sat there doing nothing harmlessly in the corner for a while. Could just do that. Ooh, extreme close up. It always gets me. Friends to get 3 energy. Yeah, it might be that. Yeah, that might be what we're doing. The thing is that we only have 2 reclaims, so we'd only have a 3-card turn. Whereas if we gain a card here, then we can have a 4-card turn. If we can afford it. We can grab 2. Well, 1, we need that defend in here. We might just grab a cheap, useful card that saves us some difficulty. Hey there, King Schmeely. How are you doing? Oh yeah, I like to see it. Getting your birds out. I mean, this is also just a single blight, but then it is we defend here, we prevent a city build, which is pretty valuable. Or we think, I mean, can we have a very good 4-card turn at the cost of placing a presence? I love board games. This looks very interesting. Just woke up, so I'm making my coffee. Perfect vibes. Yes, this is yeah, the best board game. Just in case you're any doubt. If you think the board game you're playing is the best, and it's not this board game, well, I'm sorry. Hate to do this to you. So if we reclaim a 0 coster, we reclaim resilience. We play prey at 1. Get a 0 cost that's just got a beast on. Then we're looking at this innate here. I think we value the 2nd reclaim. I mean, there's always. We don't think we want to switch to top right now. If you grab a card and play for you want, have energy to reclaim. It's a tough spot. It's all right. It's not too bad. I guess it's the thing of like, do you if we reclaim, we have 1 energy to play our turn, but we actually only have 1 essential card to play, which I think is this defend here. We've got a good cluster of zero-cost cards, right? We've got wasps, jungle. Here there'd be monsters. We reclaim we gain a minor power. We might get a good zero-coster. We wouldn't be able to play Terry's Chase. We wouldn't be able to play Teeth Gleam because we're kind of committed to the resilience. But we will get our innate. We'll get some fear. We'll get extra beasts. So I think the reclaim is pretty good here, actually. Even if we don't get to play the 5th card, we look at this first anyway. We could just choose to gain animal to do this. Except, yeah, we've got moon and fire. So we're going to get to do this. I think we reclaim and look at a minor power card. And we don't necessarily... We only go to the 5th play if we can play our new card. You should have a non-presence place in turn once a game with Fangs. Fine once a game, generally. Oh, I can't be not placing presence as Fangs. I mean, I know that this is probably me being overly... I can be very inflexible. I mean, in this case, I need the sacred site, right? Unless I want to rearrange... Unless I could make a sacred site by maybe... It's convoluted. We need to place a presence to get the defend here. Unless we get a great minor power. There's Gnoring Chris biters. Or Chrising Nor biters. So the crucial thing is we've got 3 nice zero-cost cards. Now we actually... Drift Down won't do anything for us this turn. It's still pretty good, actually, but... The biters have the 5th beast on. The thing is, we could just grab this next turn. There's no point to push biters unless... Though we push biters, we can rearrange stuff that's inconvenient. I guess the thing is, we then looking at almost not having to reclaim necessarily, but we're kind of forcing our reclaim a bit if we go 5th play. Whereas we could just grab the animal to get this and then keep these other things for next turn. And that will also, grabbing this animal here, in this particular circumstance, will just make us a bit more flexible. So maybe if we go for this Moonfire plant card, then maybe we don't play it this turn. But it's great next turn. It will mean that we could... Oh no, maybe we do play it this turn. I like these options. Rootbaz has Source. Pushing 2 towns with 0 is a strong effect. It's a strong effect. A strong effect from a proud lineage of effects. Shadows of the Burning Forest is awesome as well, though. It conveniently pushes from this blighted jungle as well. It's fear. So the only essential thing is the defend. If we just keep reclaiming nature's resilience, we're just kind of reasonably happy with our life. And we've kind of got some spare capacity for smashing things in here. We can't quite clear this. We can't address this ravage just with beast attack just yet. I think it's Shadows of the Burning Forest. And maybe 4th play, grabbing beast. 3 good options here. Yeah, I think so. I like Shadows though. Okay, so we are making a sacred site now. We might be better off making the sacred site in here. We want to prevent this city build. See, when I'm playing physically, I do things a little bit differently. I'll like lay out my planned cards before I'm, doing this kind of thing. It will be like a semi-simultaneous process. Okay, so we are going to be placing the presence. We have a single energy to play with, right? So we are resilience, and we do have 4 other cards to play if we wanted to. But the danger of that, and it is a danger, is that we would then have played 5 of our cards beyond 0 energy while kind of committing to using this again next turn. Actually, the 5 cards isn't really a problem because we can get back 2 of the zeros, except we want to grab this anyway. I think actually we go for this animal here. Because this way we guarantee using frenzied assault before early retirement by the fire. I think beast makes frenzied easier and cheap. Me and animal placement. Bacon also does that. Glimmers for the 0 cost fear card. Sorry, Glimmer, I missed you in there. Too deep in the tank. The P tank. Okay, so the P tank doesn't sound quite as cool as it did in my head. So I think the nice thing about using frenzied assault before early retirement is this 3 damage is a city kill, right? It's a city kill. There is a city being built here that we can't do a lot about, apart from wait for the ravage. Now ravages aren't guaranteed to happen. The game can just decide that you're not having a ravage with the events. So we make our sacred site in here. We will go for the we don't have the elements unless we go with this. We have to go with shadows to get the 2 damage before retirement. It's still pretty good though. Yeah, my maths are slightly off. Resilience is non-negotiable. I think you need both to get the 3 damage. Yeah, I think I do. Because yes. Yeah, I do. I need both. Because there was it's a lack of elements. I need, if I'm gonna get it with this, I need energy. If I'm gonna get it with this, I need plays. I need plays and I need this. So yeah, I've miscalculated there. But I think it's still okay. So given that we're not going to get the top tier, we are at least going to get this second tier. But we don't need to use 5 beasts for this. We could actually use one of these on a subsequent turn if that was better. This is a slow fear card. I'd rather use it this turn than next turn. This is also a slow fear card, but this Shadows of the Burning Forest is... Oh no, wait, what? Why am I confused here? The trouble with using this turn... Remember, we're going to have 2 reclaims, so we can get these back. Though we are kind of committed to getting this back. This gets us our Frenzied Assault. It also gets us 2 Slow Fear. This gets us 3 Slow Fear. This gets us our Defend, preventing the city build. We Wasp in here. We convert. Okay. We can't do more than kill the town in here because we need this to become a sacred site. So we convert one of these other beasts. So we'll convert in here. But that's what we're using for shadows. This push is pretty significant if we can push from this jungle. You're about to have 2 reclaim 1s. Yes. Yes. So, this one is for targeting. This one is for shadows, so I guess we just add a beast in here. It's not really doing anything. Possibly a mistake. So yeah, we can't unfortunately clear this land. Unless we use Swarming Wasp for this ability to prevent that build, which is kind of interesting. Very rarely do I do that. Let's think about that. If a land has beast, push up to 2 explorers. We have 2 explorers here. We could clear this to prevent the town build. We're actually just generating a load of fear in the slow phase. We could push them into, say, this land. We could even push this lot into this land. We gather in here, we push these 2 beasts into here. If they explore into here with Shadows of the Burning Forest, we're pushing a town explorer anyway. Hey there, feed me some. You could clear A5 if you converted that presence. Okay, yeah, there's a thing I'm doing. I need the Sacred Site for resilience. To target in here, to prevent the blight, to prevent the city build. Via the counterattack. I guess the ravage isn't guaranteed, but we want to keep the island healthy. We want to prevent the city build. No, nice to see you. Sands in next for explore. Get them to the jungle. No, the jungle is our weak point. We can't target in the jungle because it's got blight in it. It's got a load of Enids in there. If we push these explorers, I like preventing this. Preventing a build in here at all. Ranging hunt. Bring this in. We need to bring the presence. We kill this town. We leave this presence in here, or we relocate our sacred site. We could relocate our sacred site in here. Is there a benefit to that? There kind of is, except these explorers might be completely irrelevant. Actually, wait a second. What was our early double? Not a sand. We are planning on Shadows of the Burning Forest from here. Inevitably not into this land or this land. They'll definitely be pushing into there. We're definitely going to have things to destroy in here. So yeah, I'm trying to work out where to push these beasts. Wonder. We do have Frenzied Assault as well. A 2 damage Frenzied Assault that I'm thinking of using in here. Though if we push it in here, we could use it on the town that's here. Then all of a sudden our inland is empty of buildings. Well, it's not exactly sudden because it will happen, the stage 3 will happen before any of this stuff. And this is very kind of potentially preventable with this and this. But we're actually going to be in a position where we can just clear this if we have beasts in there. The trouble is, if we neglect this land, how do we even address it? These beasts are going to be more useful for the rest of the game if they're over here. This is where the action's going to be. But I can't clear this land if there are no beasts in here. Oh, also, milking here there be monsters is another consideration. So we're probably going to Shadows of the Burning Forest into this land, except it won't have any beasts in it. Oh, God. Oh no, it's a bit where I can fall into a circle. I like the push there too, and I don't know if I ever used that effect for Fangs. Would have liked it against PRUSSIA 6. Yeah, it could be good there. The Hurt Blade. I'm certain I've never used the second ability on Swarm War. It's hard to remember it's even there. Yeah, me too. And I'm still not convinced it was the right thing to do. But preventing a town build while we're at Terra 3 feels useful. Maybe we push a beast here and then a beast here. We could destroy the town with Frenzied Assault. The town that we push. But then this part of me wants to milk this extra fear from here there be monsters. Oh no, that's fine. No, by pushing a beast into here. So no beasts in here. But what do we even do about this land? What do we even do about it? We can push one in here. And keep the sacred site here. Which is also kind of weird. The beast in here, given that they're building another town this turn, if the Ravage goes ahead and this defends, we destroy the town, they rebuild it, we'll then be in a position at the end of this turn where there'll be a town in here, a city and a town in here. So I think that. And we don't move our presence because we need this. Let it go! Let it go, peasant! Okay, we always weave lies. Do we have any air? Oof. 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 Ah. Oh. Oh. Painful. We could either have buildings doing extra damage. That doesn't matter. There's one ravage that's an irrelevant damage boost. Removing a fear card does that. If that upgrades these cards to a 3, it doesn't. Adding a town to a land without one is annoying. Gets us a little bit further from our victory condition we've nearly got. Send 1 to 1. That's right, says the bacon. Have a lot of hot air. Does that count? Yeah, I'm flapping my mouth around furiously. So the trouble. Okay, so we have the only way we can do that is to forget either here there be monsters or wasps. Why does that matter? I hear you cry. Because if we forget wasps, we then don't get to do this, which is basically 2 fear and destroying this town. Is there a way that adding a town to a land without one just doesn't make any difference? Wait, let's just look at that. Adding a town in here might be the same as it might just make no difference next turn. Because we can kind of effortlessly destroy the town that's built. That if we do put a town there. Return the top card he invaded to the box is also non-trivial against Prussia. In fact, I think you just lose a lot of the time if you pick this option, and we have to weave lies. So we're foregoing this little bit of destruction in here at the cost of either not generating 2 fear or the cost of... So either in addition to not doing the frenzied assault, we also lose 2 fear or we lose the wasps. The wasps give us a certain amount of freedom to address this land next turn kind of with relative ease. The wasps also give us some help with this. That 2 fear doesn't really take us that close to Terror 3. Does it? We've got 2 more fear here. We don't have enough fear to get to Terror 3 that soon. I think we have to weave lies. I don't think removing a card from the invader deck is a good idea, ever, against Prussia 6. Sacrifice wasp for a fear card feels okay. Yeah, I think that's where I feel like well, I think actually it's probably fairly evenly split because we don't have a big use for monsters. I mean, I guess there's a high likelihood that there'll be an explorer in with this into this wetland or this jungle, or even this jungle. I mean, losing frenzied assault is yeah. I mean, we are quite close to the win, but getting close to stage 3 is also pretty good. Oh, other thing to think about element-wise is that this wasps is fire, which is important for this. And we actually only have no, we've got 3 fire cards. Though prey is good if we're looking for a Terror 3. Yeah, we'll keep our 2 fear. I think we lose. God, I actually don't know now. Slow phase control, probably more violent than wasps. This fire, though, is kind of important. I don't think I'm going to want to spend the energy on prey to get this second fire. And that second fire, so if we go shadows, wasps, which we are set up to do now we've got this animal, I think we lose this 2 fear. I think this, I think we lose here, there be monsters. Not 100% on that decision. But this fire here is the only way where we get to use our resilience that we're using almost every turn anyway. And we still can use this to destroy a city. You can either push a new explorer or clear out with monsters. We're clear. I mean, I guess if there's an explorer in here, then the monsters help. But we're already clearing this of the things that we're worried about. Okay, so adding a wilds to a land with Dahan. Add to 4, says Vosseros. Oh heck, you can't. No worries. My hat's off to people that actually can follow someone else playing a game of this. So, wilds is actually pretty great. We've only got one option where it actually neutralizes the Explorer completely, which is here. This is a land with 3 beasts in. So it's kind of like... we don't have any other uses for Strife. We're not clearing any lands right now. Sorry, for wilds. But I still think this might... the thing is, we're potentially denying ourselves so many stonks in here by preventing the build, but it is stage 3, and I think we just accept that all those stonks are going to waste. Especially as these stonks are kind of hemmed in by these flipping... there's blight as well. Horrifying. Does preventing an explorer in here actually make a difference? The explorer would mean that next turn would be a 5 damage rather than a... I mean, it makes this a slightly safer defend on future turns. But next time we're defending in here anyway. Walls in 3, says Bacon. We know they're going in there. They're high, extremely high odds of going in there. It does prevent a whole build chain. And we're late enough in the game that our, you know, our beast stonk investment might not pay off. Each land with Dahan defend 1. Great. Skip the next normal build. Okay, interesting. Each player removes an explorer tower from an inland land. Okay, interesting. This is the nice thing about having multiple fear cards, right? We remove the town. That's not even going to think about it. Wilds is explorer prevent. I know that. I am aware. I think you can just clear 1 this turn. I mean, okay, we did get quite a lot of help from the fear deck here, so this deck's not representative when we were thinking about it. I'm still not sure that that was the right position, the right place to wilds. I'm still not sure. But it doesn't matter. Hey, base! The lovely base. Let's just give them a little shout out. They are the only streamer I've noticed in here today. If you're a streamer, just shout yourself out. Anyone can shout anyone out. Base does lovely software things with their lovely software base. Also, we did have this. Yeah, that's... so we'll push out of here. We'll cluster in here. Because this has a beast in now, so it's easy to put in another beast convert, except no adjacencies. Do we actually have a fast way of destroying this? I don't think we do. God damn it. We're so close to being able to do this. 5 fear away from Terror 3. Win or lose, we need pizza. It is true. How goes it, Mr. It's good. I'm pretty delirious today. I remembered that I enjoy listening to metal. And so I've been furiously listening to metal all morning. And I am frankly delirious. I think 1 is better because of the current beast placement. Those beasts in 3 are hemmed in by blood on all sides. Yeah, I mean, having 3 beasts like this is a little bit sad. They're a wasted resource, but I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. Let's quickly check it on time. How are you doing, base? How's the base-o-verse? Kind of sadist puts pineapple on a pizza. Hey, there's nothing sadistic about enjoying being a pineapple enjoyer. So yeah, pretty sure we have nothing in our toolkit to deal with this town in the fast phase. to add that important caveat. However, we should be able to deal with it in the slow phase, right? Because of all the careful planning we've done, we can get to 5 plays and we can reclaim. Do we even have a ravage? We don't have a ravage. We can just reclaim our shadows and our wasps, and we can just get our 5th play. I think we should be able to deal with all this. We just take energy and get our 5th play and prevent everything, right? Wow, this is cool. It's actually every single land is building. Only once, which is kind of convenient. They have pineapple ring on a gammon steak too. Yeah, I put pineapple on everything. Eggs, I also put in everything. I love curried egg. Curried egg is the best. Fast major for fangs. But also, I think wholly unnecessary. We can just win in the slow. We can just chill out. Yeah, just chill out, win in the slow phase. Press and frenzy should clear. Yeah. We've basically we frenzied assault at top tier, and if we were to say get the event we got last term, we could just go, well, actually it's fine, because we know once you see that event, you know all of the. At that point, you're not getting any more surprises on the turn. If you know you've got the win in the slow, right? Because you can figure it all out at that point. Thanks for playing. Curried egg sounds excellent. It's really good. It's really good, and it's very easy. You just get a hard-boiled egg, put it in, and it's really tasty. Recommend it. Eggs are for winners. Yeah. Okay, so I think this is fine. Let's just not mess it up. So, what we need to do is generate 5 fear in the slow phase, and I don't think any event is going to add a city. So they're going to build a city in here, right? If we destroy that city in the slow phase, that's 2 fear. If we're destroying it with this, that's an additional fear. So we just need to make more fear happen. This is fine. I think we can do that with our starting selection of cards. Incidentally, we can prevent all sorts of builds as well. So that's what we do. Do we need any new cards for that? No, we don't. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so we place our 5th presence somewhere. We've got a presence here, so we know we've got targeting for our innate. So maybe we put a presence in here so that we could maybe prevent that build. Maybe, I mean, actually that's hard. We could, I'm just want to make sure I don't mess this up. That's the concern, you know? That's the concern. I have sometimes tried to rush the end of a game too much. and then got myself in a lot of trouble. Does batter make better every time? Has anyone tried a deep fried boiled egg? I don't think I have, actually. Sounds delicious, and I may have had one. Do you need the 3 energy to play everything? Yeah, clever. A battered and deep fried Scotch egg. Sounds pretty good. I think we can kind of almost mindlessly play cards now to get the... Oh, my neighbour's such a bellend. They just have this thing where they just knock on the door a million times. Oy vey. Okay, this is a fear card, so we'll grab that. Oh, joys of living in flats. All right. So, sorry, I'm a little bit distracted now. It's like my my environment sensors, they go off whenever I hear a lot of noise outside. I can't wait till I can move to the countryside. Okay, so yeah, I think this is good. We're generating a lot of fear. We just click the button, right? We've actually got a... We actually can't prevent that build there, but we can prevent this. We can push the beasts in here. 5 lands building. You solve them all. Well, we don't need to. Number 1 rule of Piezo Club. Preserve precious mental energy whenever you can. I mean, if we've got enough beasts in here that they might just decide to end the game for us. Spirit Island teaches us that mass murder makes for a nice quiet life. Yeah, something like that. Oh, actually, wait a second. I do want to move that in there. Yeah, I get so stressed out about having neighbors. Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's better. And we'll go in there. We'll get to T3 anyways. Yeah, we should be all right. I mean, there's no wrap. I mean, this is just pretty good. Each beast is destroying an explorer. Okay. Healthy Island. Finish wild. Yeah. I've played a lot of Spirit Island. and Fangs is one of my favorite. Oh, we've got ourselves a fast. Okay, the event has ended it for us. So we've got a slow that's become fast. So we can finish this off. Now this was a particularly funny one because we got an earlier. Actually, when I do that, we win. Just thinking about what I need to do neighborly things. I think my neighbor's fine. If I suddenly run off, it's because I'm checking on my neighbor. All right, but I think it's fine. She's pretty tough. All right, so what happened with this game is we got this early, and it made things a bit sketchy, but it also just cleared some stuff that was awkward. This early beast attack, combined with let plants die and wither, reduce the health on the cities with that 2 damage. Pretty wild. But yeah, this first thing is going to remove the only remaining building on the board. But it's interesting because that Years of Little Rain effect, I had not contemplated it before. And thanks for the GG, Verdant. Thank you so much. I do what I can. I feel like it's nice when I can just knock out a win on something Bacon's struggling with. Which, I try and do banter despite my odd social styles. Okay, we almost had the Twitch correct score. Okay, so you voted for work, didn't you? What is work? We've done Prussia. How much time have we got left? An hour and a half. If I blather less, maybe England 6 is doable. Even apparently it's better. Less blather. Let's see what board we get. See, I'm trying banter, you see. It's this new thing I'm trying. England is the fun one. I rarely think of event cards as a whole unit. I just remember the parts. Yes, yeah. I feel like there are a few that I'm getting these like, oh, this, like I often just do it in segments and then get to the bottom like, oh, actually I should have, like, especially with stuff like Beast, the events. So there are some that do interact with themselves more than you'd expect. And I still often forget to line up my fear cards with my event cards. So if you're at an event that's like no ravages with strife or disease, for example, I often then forget that when I'm thinking about my fear cards. Okay, what have we got? We've got England. They started in the sand. And then, yeah, going to position myself. England does all these things. You don't need me to read those to you. I'm sorry if you do need me to read those to you. So we didn't get a choice about our presence placement on this map because we didn't. Years of Let Withers, very strong for Fangs a lot of time. Yeah, interesting. I'm like the way that my mind works. I'll get an idea about something. It's quite hard for it to be shaken, and the idea of not trying to place extra presents from years of little raid hurt. Just I struggle with that. So okay, this is England. This is not a preventable build in the normal way of things because it's adjacent to 2 buildings. But we are fangs. We do have prey on the builders. That's the thing we can do. Probably we just want to make sure we've got presence in here. We've got a good amount of time to build up. So I'm trying to just also try and remind myself, because England does, you're playing quite a different style against England. So the whole like trying to maximize early ranging hunt is mostly irrelevant against England because they'll build anyway. I just struggle as explorer, they build anyway. But this solution, the standard start for Fangs is often prey chase, so you actually prevent a build and you push a build. Pretty nice. Board B is favorite for this match. Interesting. Oh, sorry, I'm just failing to read chat very well today. I did promise that I was scatterbrained and I'm delivering. Mine too, proliferating rain is often such a boon. You read that as bacon. Proliferating rain is just such a bacon. It's just bacon all the way down. Actually, I started buying bacon after bacon started, and I've realised I was just eating it. It had the same problem as I had with cheese. I just buy it and then eat it. It's terrible. These are the struggles. So we quite like the being diseased there at No Dahan. I think probably we're going to be doing a Terry's Chase prey start. Though we could go with having the thing that's tricky about these is the. Oh no, we've got our beasts here. Is actually they're all 0 range, so it's a little bit of a puzzle. I mean, we might even be able to keep inland clear enough and actually prevent builds, but I think it is sometimes a red herring against England. Board B, land 4 cuts off the inland. You play them on the coast. Interesting. The only confrontations where I've really thought about boards are things that I know are rough, like Shadows England 6. Okay. So if we're almost certainly putting a presence here, we're almost certainly gaining a power card. Aren't there some people that go energy turn 1? I can see the appeal of that, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right. Rain of Bloods. This is an amazing card against England, especially England 6, but just it's always good against England. So this does make it look like we might be able to do this with plays Fangs if we get cards like this. Enticing Splendor is also pretty good. In a world where you have this almost inevitable Ravage, the Melting's good too, but I think Blood is just the pick there. It's like me this morning listed to Metal, having forgotten about Metal for a few months. Rain of Blood, Stogs! I mean, we even start with, we could just use it turn 1. Just use it every turn forever. Well, when we get Reclaim 1, we can use it every turn forever. Okay. So I do like the idea of getting the Rain of Blood going early. Is it viable though, Peas and Ants? Because we've got such a great card that we want to play endlessly, this is heavily pushed. At this stage, we were still kind of flexible whether we're going top or bottom track. This is such a good card, especially it has the Beast on as well. So I'm way more inclined to go plays Fangs here. More recently, I've become a bit more flexible about whether I go top or bottom. But this is a big pickup. Even though it doesn't have the the perfect plant beast, but that's fine. We could play this on this turn. Next turn we use Teeth Gleam and 2 near to maybe prune something. That guy in the art for was into it. Yeah, definitely. If I had photoshopping skills, I'd totally sub that dude to Pizzo's face. Thankfully, you don't. He'd had fantasies that finally happened, yeah. Can he pray into prey and chase in 6? Rain of Blood turn 2, you think? There is an argument to be made for deliberately not generating fear super early against England, because at this point we're not preventing these double builds with independent resolve. Let me just see this. Prey into prey, chase in 6. So we could... It's kind of awkward to get our presence in here. Is awkward. We need to actually target in this mountain and bring a presence from over here to get here. I don't think this land, of course, has blight. I don't think there's actually a way that we could go Terry and Prey this turn effectively. Unless you think, unless effectively is just getting this 2 fear, which I could just do for nothing with Rain of Blood. Plays his bear against England, says Bacon. Reclaim means you can spam Prey. So I think we go bottom track. We place in here, and we are going to want to start converting beasts. Now, there's no, in this case, although this is my only presence up here, I probably want to convert this because it is at least in with an invader. We need to. I think this is a good turn. We get our our presence rearrangement by bringing a beast from here into here. Yeah, and these beasts here are doing nothing, so we'd rather leave a beast on the coast and bring one here from here. That #1 rule of beasts, which is always in with invaders. Does it get better than eating bacon at midnight and playing Spirit Island? I don't think it does. I used to have a boat and I used to live on it sometimes. And I lived on it a lot during the early throes of the pandemic. The ongoing pandemic. And like playing Spirit Island on the boat with my wood burner going was some peak Pizzo experience. So we gather a beast. We bring a presence. Yeah, I think we'd rather have the beast in here on the coast rather than leaving a beast in here. I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We pray in here. We could gather this beast, but I'm proposing to leave it there. Because if we get a beast does damage, we'd be better off it. You know, there's no point overstacking in there, so we won't gather that beast. Raid of Blood guy's the same guy in Manifest sticking a metal rod towards a lightning spirit. He wants the full tourist experience. Yeah, rest in peace, boat. But that's some of my happiest experiences. Is playing Spirit Island on the boat with the wood burner going. God, it's so leisurely against England 6. They're just not in a hurry, are they? Unlike these busy Germans. I didn't have a... Oh my god, that's a horrible blunder, by the way. No Sacred Site. No Rain of Blood. Oh dear. Just, if I don't point it out, no one will notice. So that's the main thing. Oh, there's engineering. Yeah, engineering spotted it. You know, I deliberately make mistakes to bait out chat, you see. That's what it is. Okay, but I don't think it's going to cost us that much. I don't think it was a good thing to do deliberately. But I don't think we're going to be punished for it, particularly. I hope. Okay, so we've got a potential ravage in here. We've got... This is a preventable build. Note. So this is a good turn for a 2 near teeth. And interestingly, I know it wasn't deliberate. It's a bit like accidentally not playing powers or accidentally growing in a way that turns out to be quite good. Like with Ocean, like Bacon was mentioning something about accidentally just not reclaiming. I think actually the energy we've saved might just be useful for flexibility. I like having Chase hanging around in the slow phase, especially if I'm in 2 land types. Matters little this turn though. In light of that, Chase would have been better. I don't know. I'm still not. I actually don't. It, you know, probably would have been better, but I don't think by that much. It probably was better. Okay. So we want to prevent this build. It is preventable. We probably want to relocate this presence just for the sake of why risk a presence for no good reason. So we will target here, kill this explorer, relocate the beast and the presence in probably in here, because all going well, this land will be empty anyway. We don't actually need to commit anything over here to do that, apart from the commitment to Tunir and Teeth. So, I mean, it would be nice to have Rain of Blood this turn. Hey, if I didn't make mistakes, it would just be boring. Okay, just trying to add interest here. Oops, wrong undo button. You could group that to harm with Chase. So we will of course be at 3 plays as well. I'm trying not to let that mistake tilt me now, if you're wondering what's going on. In the eternal world of the P-brain. So yeah, I often go with this option and then I'm broke. So the energy place is kind of tempting. It means we can effortlessly afford the reclaim next turn. So I kind of like energy place here. English traitor. No! Never. Though having, you know, more cards is nice, right? We like more cards. But we did save an energy by cunningly Rain of Blooding last turn. So if we go with this... Yeah, I think, especially as Rain of Blood didn't have Plant Beast, I think we do want to look at another card. Yeah, I think so. I usually grab a card, land be broke. It's scrappy. So I've lost cuppa and some biscuits. Oh, living the dream. Okay, what have we got here? Interesting selection. I mean, I feel like this could be useful for us. The old Shadows of the Burning Forest is a it's a 0 cost card, which we like if we're going plays. It's also possible that I could mess up the targeting because it does need invaders at 0 range. But it's cheap fear. If I successfully pull this off with Rain of Blood, that's 5 fear turn. I think you want a plant card, yeah. And nicely, the couple of blood and shadows of the Burning Forest is the perfect elements. Root Buyers could be interesting for the point of view of, you know, rearranging, doing what River does against high-level England, just pushing towns around endlessly. But we don't need to do that. I think it is that. So yeah, by the way, we're just assuming that this is going to be blighting. Like, there's not really a lot we can do about that, unless we were given a 6 defend, which we kind of got last game. Okay, so we're preventing this build in here, relocating a presence in here. We do want to keep on, so this is not one to convert. Yeah, I think maybe we just put a presence in here and just convert it. No, maybe not. No immediate advantage to converting, unless we get a 2 damage beast event, in which case it's huge. Do we have good 2 near the jungle and teeth things to do? We've got a good teeth place, except we won't after the ravage, but this is an okay teeth place. Place to stick an extra beast. The two near the jungle thing, we are pretty much guaranteed to have something useful to do with it, even if it's just gaining a fear. So I think I like this conversion. But this is one blight. Then next turn we've got this to worry about. Makes me think that preventing this build is actually less important than I was thinking. This is very much a Terry's Chase thing to solve. Terry's Chase kind of problem, because it doesn't care about the blight, you see. A lot of our other business cares about blight. So maybe we change our plans a little bit. So I think we just do a little bit of the old undo. We are definitely taking that. So this is a good Terry's Chase. Preventing this build, I think, is less important than addressing this land. We have not gained, we have no solution for this apart from Terry's Chase. I like bright removal for 2 coastal lands as Fangs entering the 6, probably Teeming or Purifying Flame. Yeah, Teeming Rivers. Low-key power card. Apart from it needs a Sacred Site, which I can't always give it. I promise the Sacred Site, but I don't give it. So yeah. Can we set up to destroy the Town Explorer next turn? Having Terry's chase these into somewhere innocuous, like maybe this jungle, actually. So if we are putting a presence in here, we would be doing that by relocating a beast. We could nip in here and destroy some stuff. Well, by stuff, I mean an explorer. Push a presence into here with the beast. Terry's Chase. Terry's Chase means we actually also get to rearrange the Dahan. In a world with no defend cards, what does that actually mean? It could mean we could have these guys not on their own, playing around cultural assimilation, which is good. Yeah, I think that is worth dealing with, because England's kind of slow, right? So the nice thing is we do have some amount of time, right? It's a very different pressure to what we're up against with Prussia, but we still can't really allow cascades, especially as Fangs. We just can't, Jim. Yeah, so I think we are going to be rearranging a beast into here. And given that we are... We're nearly at Reclaim 1. Given that we are not going to be able to... Oh, we can still trigger our damage innate. Interesting. We could almost do something about this. Can we do something about this? We need to leave a beast in here. This beast needs to be here in the slow phase. God, my poor little brain. My poor little Brian. As 2 Dahan, you could deal with 8 and fish for defend. You've seen, I think, 8 non-defend cards. Oh, well, you're saying don't worry about it, prevent this build. Interesting. Terry's Chase is also going to generate me some fear. Which I like. Actually, this land is kind of awkward. It's not adjacent to jungle, so we can't just plonk in with teeth. This is blighting this turn. This might blight next turn. I think with this conversion here, it's a bit of a gamble, right? Do we have a way of getting a presence in here? No, we don't. Do the aspect cards change your mind on any of the core game spirits? I have barely played aspects. Confession time. I've played a little bit of Sunshine. And in my case, it didn't really change a lot for me. We could just make this a safety first ravage. I think that's actually a worthwhile thing to do with our time. So rather than preventing... Ah, okay. Actually, we could push a beast here. That might address this, but also might help with addressing the town that's built. And we'll move this in here. River plus shadows aspects are max green okay. They seem cool. Oh god. Oh yeah, we're not against France. It's still horrible. Farmers seek the Dahan parade. Good god. Do we actually have... Does the disease even really hurt us? Oh, we've got this land and it will kill a Dahan there. But it will prevent this build. Hahaha, so I skip preventing that build and then... Okay, so if we spurn, we don't take the damage. No, we do take the damage. So we lose a Dahan up here. We add a blight in here, but instead of and then they ravage in here. So we lose 3 blight. We'd have 3 blight go down in here and here. That would be, we'd lose a Dahan in here. We'd have 3 blight in here and here. Buildings would have less health, but that doesn't help us in any way. Alternatively, we add a town in a land with Dahan, and this ravage here becomes a build. So that actually, we kind of got lucky there with destroying that explorer. It's the fates have smiled on me. Except this is still a lot of buildings, but remember we do have this ability here to just prevent builds, which is pretty amazing once we get to stage 2. Travel River is a huge upgrade actually. In Shadows there's a few interesting options, all upgrades. Foreboding is more what they originally wanted that spirit to be. Barely a week into Spirit Island myself, so seeking the wisdom of my spirit elders. Keeper of Finwars is my new noobkins of spirit. Yeah, I've always had a bit of a mixed feeling about Keeper, but since I learned the way of playing plays Keeper, I would consider myself a Keeper enjoyer once more. So I think we do teach in this situation. We teach, and we add a town somewhere. We don't add here. We probably add an empty land. Empty land with Dahan. Empty land that is mountain or jungle would be even better. Yeah, it's in here. Travel River is actually ridiculous in a multi-spirit game and a small upgrade solo. Love some Keeper. Yeah. Yeah, cause for the I've actually got this little notebook. So for the Aaron Stevens thread about, he started a couple of a thread series which are really nice about, you know, community stuff, but where we are with Spirit Island. So I look back at my first recording. I've got this little notebook here, this little green notebook. My first recorded Spirit Island, it's like game 13, Keeper plus River versus Sweden level 1 equals win ! River didn't do much. Game 14, Keeper plus Wildfire versus Sweden 2, win! MVP, Insatiable Hunger of the Swarm. Oh, and then a little note, I've been playing Keeper wrong. I think I was actually making Keeper even more strong than they were by placing like 3 presents or something ridiculous. Ent no thing like a tree split thing. I love Ents. I love everything about Ents. I think we add in here. Okay, and then we've got disease, but it will do 2 damage to Dahan. So we're going to use it to take out a lone Dahan, because these are something of a liability. I mean, they're not the worst liability ever. This is a bit scary. We do want to do something about this. This is our London. We need to pay attention to this. Pisa, you will love river travel, I'm sure. Travel River is sick. Okay, we're now into the territory, and I might be... God, am I just throwing? After failing to River of Blood, to Rain of Blood early, am I just throwing? Is that what's happening here? So next turn, if we do not generate a bunch of fear, we're actually going to get a double build in Sands, which actually probably is a loss. Unless I do prey on the builders. We really, really want to put a beast in here for prey on the builders reasons. Can actually use an ent in Flowscape if you like to create a living scene artwork. Oh, nice. Amorphous Madness Shadows are a lot of fun. There's so much to do in this game. It's kind of wild. Yet here I am doing this. So I think we Teeth Gleam in here to prevent potentially, though, there is this fear generation option that I very rarely use. Too near the jungle. Remember, we're against England, so we don't really prevent builds. However, this explorer here is... Where do we push this town? Maybe we push the town in here. Misplayed one of Scotland 6's rules, make them tougher. Traveller will just manage them. I did see someone on Board Game Geek is attempting to do River versus England 6, and Red Revenge was saying, oh yeah, just use the aspects on River. Best predator is never feared, the best predator is never seen coming. It's true, it's true. So Terry's Chase is going to get me 2 fear, 2 near is going to get me 1 fear. We don't have 2 fast fear. So we could commit next turn to prey on the builders. How do we do that? We need to reclaim our prey for the builders. Maybe gain a new card to go with it. And we need to get a beast in here to prey. That is considerably easier if we just put a beast in now. It's not like it's hard. But then maybe we've got better things to do with beasts that then also result in there being presence in here. You know, better things to do with beasts. Alternatively, we can use this to gain 3 fear, but it's so early in the game that I think I'm just going to place a beast and stop worrying about it. And we'll just prevent all of the builds in here. We're at stage 2, so probably we'll prevent essentially 3 builds in there. And I'm not so worried about this double building. It's not ideal. And it also notably would not have happened if I had pulled this off. That is notable. So, we Terrifying Chase in here. The Dahan, I think we want to make sure are in a land with our presence. Somewhere we're likely to keep having presence, like maybe this jungle. The towns, though, we definitely don't push in here. We might push in here. This already has the disease and the beast, but it is definitely building. So that kind of cancels out the fact there's a disease. So I think maybe we push into one of these lands. This land looks like it might still be manageable next turn, so I'm not inclined to push in here. So I think one of these. Not here, in case we do have the double build. So in here, there we go. We finally got that. This Explorer, though, is a different story. I think maybe we push it in here, because I'm probably going to be massing beasts in this land over time. These Dahan, I think I'm going to push into here, or leave them in case they tidy this up. Bacon likes Madness. I want to get the hang of Foreboding. I haven't played it. It's supposed to be the best shadows into most high difficulty matches. I would have gotten a win a lot quicker against England 6 if it hadn't been for you meddling kids, says Bacon. Dig at the Breaking Dawn comes nearly an auto win. It's a lock of tears abs then sea monsters, says Bacon. We do have a presence in here. I think maybe we don't push these. We don't have any defend cards. We can't push into this Ravage. We might gain defend cards soon. That's fine. This might just give us useful things. Like, oh, it's non-optional, peasant. It's non-optional. You don't get to make a choice. So we'll push in here. Well done, peasant. Read the card. You considered reading the card, peasant. Still a bad matchup for river travel, but the Dahan mages gave them better. Oh, I bet they do. Okay, so this town build will be an English town. It'll be a 3 health town, and destroying this Explorer will not prevent it. But we will be in a position where we could drag a beast in, we could convert a presence and just destroy the town before the ravage next turn, and then that's another land that's fine. Or I guess we could get lucky and just grab a defend card. Okay, so my proposal this turn is to get reclaim 1 and just prevent all of these builds here. Do we have a fast fear? We do not have a fast fear. So we're definitely placing a presence. Always be placing. We've got 2 energy to play with. I think we still want to be looking at new cards. Shadows of the Burning Forest might... We do have a jungle presence. Low odds, relatively low odds. We might not be converting this turn. That garbled collection of sentences was me trying to say we might not be converting this turn. If we're reclaiming prey, we still actually need a second beast element. We're not guaranteed to get that by looking at a card. We might just not get offered an animal element, which means we won't be able to rearrange our Dahan because we won't be able to use this innate, which means we probably just want to place a presence in there. Which means that Shadows of the Burning Forest might just not trigger, which is really sad, and probably I could have planned that better. Well, possibly I could have planned it better. But on the other hand, if we just gain a useful fear card, I think we're also kind of happy about it. Is this just greedy to look at this card? Could we just... Are we better off just reclaim placing? We might just be better off reclaim placing. What is the advantage of that, peasant ants? At 3 plays with the reclaim place, what can we do? We'd have a single energy. We do have this amazing card, as long as I remember to have a sacred site, but currently... Okay, we could make sure we've got a sacred site by just being a little bit less incompetent. Have you considered that, peasant? Make a sacred site here, bring this presence in here, Rain of Blood, and so if we go something like Rain of Blood, Prey, but then we're missing a plant for the damage, but the damage actually doesn't matter. I think actually we reclaim and gain here. Reclaim this turn usually yields me better results. It is energy poor. We are England, you'll be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Well, Fangs begs to differ. So, yeah, I mean, even if our turn is basically just these 3 cards, I still think it's okay. It's okay. Because we've got the 2 beasts for that. There are quite a lot of minor powers that would be really nice for us. That is a beast card, and Gold's Lure is pretty cool. Also is fire, but no fast fear. So yeah, the pain of this not getting this 3 fear is still ringing in my system. How we've got so many stonks on the board though. This inland wetland is going to blight this turn, I think. And that's okay. Probably as we are down plays, we go with Alert anyway, and it has the animal element on it. And it's actually just pretty useful. Yeah, it's just pretty useful for us. Especially as the mountains are kind of underpopulated anyway. Yeah, let's preserve brain resources there. Okay, and then we could grab the animal and get to this a turn early. But remember, we are against England. 2 damage is kind of irrelevant for us. Always important not to run out of in butts, exactly. Sorry if I'm missing things in chat. Was looking for sap. Purifying Flame could be useful. Is there not Blight in 2? Did you get stricken or something? We got farmers. Farmers seek Dahan for aid. So, yeah. So we probably, because of that, we needed to pray in there anyway. So it does mean we're going to get... Yeah, because this is kind of ahead of schedule for builds. Yeah, so I don't think we really want to push for the frenzied assault. That 1 fear is not that significant. So I think we do go for... And the reclaim 1 means we can then push to 4 next turn, which is great. Really good. So we want a sacred site, because we are on a very budget turn this turn. Very budget. So we'll have a sacred site in here. And we are preying on the builders in here, having dragged a presence in there. So we'll drag the presence from this wetland so that we preserve this sacred site. We are going to get a double build in here because of my mistake. Our damage is irrelevant, so I'm inclined not to use too near the jungle. Because we don't have a great spot to do any real... Yeah, we've got nowhere to do significant damage. I suppose we could... In theory, I guess we could kill 2 explorers. Might be relevant. So, with that in mind, but even so, I still think that's nowhere near as good as trying to maybe destroy the town next turn. We've only got one reclaim 1 revealed for now, so I think we just leave these alone and go with Allure instead. Allure is just does a lot. My most hated event, yeah, it's a horrible event. So we actually can't afford to convert a beast this turn. We just can't do it, Jim. If that's your real name. So we have to gather from here to maintain our sacred site for Rain of Blood. We need to bring the presence in for Prey on the Builders. We do need a beast for this. It does gather 1, but there's no point pushing and then gathering. Do I want to... I think I'm gonna push in here. Push 1 of them in here. Oh, I could push both of these in here and then grab this beast that's in with nobody, though they are about to build in there. But we'll probably yoink this with Gold's Allure. So we'll yoink the town that builds here with Gold's Allure. So I think if we push this in here, we can actually use... We don't move the presence. We prey on the builders here. Bring this beast in here. Prevent these builds. We could move this presence. This does not feel like a safe place to have multiple presents. I think about all sorts of odd things here. Sorry about that. Maybe chase the slow phase and fear. Had to be 0 cost, my bad. Yeah, we're on a budget right now. We are on a budget. So I don't want to make this sacred site in here. Because we're at stage 2, which means that any of these cards is twice as likely to affect a coastal land. Because we've got coastal lands and we've got each of the land types in that deck. So the odds of kind of going, oh no, I want to abandon my presence there to preserve it are high. So I'm not going to commit 2 in here. I could be, you know, dancing with shadows right there. Don't like promising farmland. Okay, adding a beast to a land with that. Adding a beast is great. We'll take it. A beast without blight that has a town. So in here could be good because this is potentially quite an awkward land. It's one of the less likely lands to show up in stage 2, given that it's an inland wetland land, but it is due to blight, which means it's kind of a bit, you know, it's awkward for us. If we get help in here, it's great. And these guys, these unless we get a load of fear cards, these invaders are not going anywhere soon. You could also, I think you could also make a good argument for it going in here as well, though. In fact, I think I'm going to change my mind on that and just put it in here with this big, in our London land. Someone who doesn't play on high difficulty, it just seems super overwhelming. It can be a bit like that. So we did get the double build, but we prayed here. It took me quite a lot of games to really start playing on higher difficulty. It wasn't instant. Like, yeah, it's weird looking back because of that Board Game Geek thread, but my 50th game, let's see, 50th game. Okay, France 5 with an extra island board. So I guess that's quite a high difficulty, but that's unusual. The next game is Bringer versus Prussia 3. Previous game is Vital versus Sweden 3. And that's 50 games, right? And I think at that point I'd also got the app. So, you know. Okay, so we did get that expected light in there. I was thinking 7 or 6 so you can place there if you want. That's interesting. Okay, we did get coastal lands. It's asking me what land to explore because it wants to place a town in that land. We definitely don't want to place in here. I'm pretty sure that the prey prevention of build is not the same as this explore town. And we never want to, I mean, unless you've got a very clear-cut way of mass destroying or emptying a land, you never want to build it up like this against England. Unless you've got like jungle hungers or something. We don't have that. Prussia's nice. I have a hard time following the different effects. Yeah, Prussia was great. I love Prussia. It's probably my favorite adversary overall. Though the speed of it can be a bit painful for a lot of spirits because you don't have much of a chance to get going. You have to make a lot of awkward decisions. So we're adding a town in one of these lands. I think this land is better because we've got a chance of actually preventing this ravage from doing damage. Do we? We might do. Yep, so we've got our Rain of Blood. So this Rain of Blood should have triggered last turn. We'd just be happier in general. We can Gold's Allure. Oh, interestingly, if we Gold's Allure in here, we're actually creating a second London. Not necessarily a bad thing to do, by the way. Actually, a third London. We've got three lands on 3 buildings. Yikes. Have enough of stress in my life right now. I'm barely 1 week into Spirit Islands. I don't bother much with adversities. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's literally no rush, and I also wouldn't rush to events or anything like that. I think with the things like events, unless you're like desperate to play with them, I think that's kind of what I was like. Yeah, I want this. You might get to a point where so we're doing this because we don't have a nice defend card, and we've got better things to do with our fast beast stuff. And this is just keeping the island a little bit less blighty. But like, once you get to the point where you're like thinking 3 or 4 turns in advance, which is possible in base, at that point maybe get events, but till then. I was feeling comfortable in England 2 for a while. Couldn't believe that England 6 was doable. Yeah. Okay, so we've cleared this land because of that push. And here we've got a 5 damage rev. We've already got 3 beasts in there. So we can grab an adjacent beast and we can place a beast in there with our innate and just immediately convert it, target from here. So we can actually do 5 damage in here, which is, I mean, I think keeping the island healthy is just a good thing to do, right? But this is also a concern in here because England, 7 or more buildings in single land. You lose, Jim. You lose. It's a bit. Okay, so we've got a reclaim, and probably it's prey. But we are also kind of broke. We've got 4. We can get to 4 plays this turn. What does it look like if we mostly just play these cards? Well, playing these 2 and this means we get to do our damage on 8. I think this is a really nice thing to do. It gets us some fear. Typically against England 6, especially single spirit, you're winning by just hammering fear. Events felt unfair and unfun until I was very familiar with the game. That turned into a mini roguelike, dramatically extends the life of the game. Yeah, exactly. I did crush every adversary at level 1 just for the Steam achieves. Good work. So the question really is, do we look at another card? Bear in mind we don't have a single defend card. We've got a couple of nice little zero cost, nice little zero cost fear cards, but we do not have blight removal, we don't have defend cards. How much energy do you have to play with if we go with this option here? We have 2 energy, so we can afford to do these things. I think we need to find we don't need to, but we want to find a defend card. We probably want to reclaim Rain of Blood. Oh, something else we know now is that all of these are guaranteed to have escalation effects on them. So if we do use Prey on the Builders in this land, we are preventing 2 builds, which is very, very compelling. Also of interest, if we use our innate in here, we can clear this city and destroy an explorer, and we can push 2 of those beasts into here and start chewing on this. Pretty critical. The lack of predictability adds a lot, I think. It does feel like they straight set you up sometimes. I see how they felt unfair. Blitz is killing me. Yeah, Blitz is pretty brutal. So I think, yeah, we need to, I think especially now that we know this is escalation, I think we need to pray this turn. So no Rain of Blooding for us. And that is a definite 1 cost card. So we're looking at one of our energy already being committed. And we're probably going to be playing maybe Teeth, Tuna, Shadow. So just any useful 0 cost is probably worthwhile. We've only got the 1 reclaim. Yeah, and a defend card here would do a lot of work, potentially. I think you could also make an argument for doing that, but I just like looking at cards, all right? Right. Ooh, okay, this is an interesting collection. Only one of them is 0 cost, and it's actually this is just a great card for almost everyone. Cycles of Time and Tide is very handy as well. The fast blight removal could really help. It this kind of empowers you. It's so flexible as long as you're on the coast, that it kind of almost lets you just be like, hey, you know what, you guys just do what you like on the coast, and then we can kind of, so we don't have to worry about defending and blight so much, which is a huge thing. Terry's Chase, Teeth, Too Near, all make fair. My victory is 2 for 4 games with Ocean's Hunger Grasp. It's a good card. So the fact we're broke, and especially as we've got a turn where we're very heavily committed to playing this, and if we go with this, we definitely need to play it. I think the 0 costness is very valuable. Call of Dahan Ways is also pretty interesting. We were kind of moony. This will help us with events as well. This kind of helps us with a lot of things. Pact of the Joined Hunt is kind of good. It has great elements. I think we just go budget, especially as we've kind of got a spare play this turn. Okay, so this Ravage is going to be fine. We're on 3 presents right now. I think we are. Oh yeah, I know. I've already planned this. We're converting this into a 4th beast. We are reclaiming Prey. We are also kind of committed to the cheap cards, right? Actually, we're not that committed to the cheap cards. I just can't count, apparently. That's fine. Stonks, yeah, always stonks. I mean, almost certainly stonks. Because we're kind of early in the game. We need a lot of stonks against England. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, I don't know either. So we've got 4 beasts in there. We yoink, well, we grab one of these, destroy and probably plonk most of them back. The Shadows of the Burning Forest at this point is not guaranteed to be useful for us. So it's almost certainly Gift of Power. Just think about Terrifying Chase. We could Terrify Dunk, and we could push from here for 2 Fear. I think I'd rather get a Defend card, honestly. Especially, or you know, especially as we're getting towards more plays. Just hoping for some Ice or Frost Spirit in the next expansion. I've heard, I would not hold your breath on it, but I know that there's a fan-made Frost Spirit. I know that much. Lightning's tough turn 1. You get a lot of energy. River has a lot of slow actions that do a lot. River's a good blitzer. How does something like Tendrils of Creeping Frost sound? Sounds cool, but yeah, like I am partly joking around, but you probably will not see an official Frost Spirit. You know, I never joke about Spirit Island. So we go in here. We're bringing this presence back. Oh, wait a second. We just do this first. We don't gather. That's prevented. Actually, I'm thinking about whether to bring the presence up here. The presence up here means we're more flexible with 2 near and with teeth. The only empty land on the board is adjacent to here, and it's against England anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. The teeth gleam. We've got a couple of places we want to put beasts. Actually, a few, and these are not the most high priority places. This would, leaving the presence in here would be in with a Ravage, which would be risking presence unnecessarily. And in order to play Fangs at max power, you want to convert as many of their presence into beasts as possible. That is how they become ridiculous. If you do not convert as many beasts as possible, they are no longer ridiculous. We definitely push at least 1 in here. The other question is, do we push 1 in here? Because there are effects that mean that every land with a beast in is affected by that effect. So if there's 2 in here now, and we add, say, a 3rd one in there, that's a city kill. So I think having 3 in there is very similar to having 4 for us right now. Like an ice cream. Bacon would like an ice spirit. Bit tropical for a blizzard. I can see why Royce may not make one. Hey, Harlequin, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, thanks for the primage. Whoop whoop. My alerts don't seem to be working, and I haven't fixed them either. I'm just gonna. Oh no, there it is. Well, come on in. My alter ego, not my alter ego really, but Max Grain salutes you. Spirit Iron PvP arena. Sometimes Fangs needs a sacred site, yeah, sometimes. Okay, so urbanization is actually not bad. This is not as negative against England as it is for almost everyone else. Invaders, okay, here's one to note. Invaders do not ravage in lands with strife and disease. And you note it because the fear card might add those. 2 to harm getting pushed from a land with cities to a land without. So yeah, here's another one of those ones where this will interact with this. I guess this is not a choice though, so whatever. So we now have a load more cities on the board, but against England, I'm making sure it's the strifed one that gets upgraded. Against England, we actually prefer cities on the board to towns because it costs 4 damage to get 2 fear as opposed to 3 damage to get 1 fear. Maybe forego an occasional conversion sometimes. Glaciers on mountains shiver. Okay, so we're pushing 2 Dahan from land with cities to a land without. This lone Dahan cannot be de-loaned. We could push it in here where it would clear this explorer. Now that's small potatoes. But it is something that actually will improve the board a little bit. These Dahan here have potentially got useful things to do if I ever draw a defend card. So we leave those there. And we push this one in here where it does something. It does this very comfortable trick in base game that you just set up for, but in events, with events in the game, it's not as comfortable. But yeah, thanks so much for the support, Harlequin. I really appreciate it. Invaders take a damage somewhere with the hard. Wow. Big damage in the house. This guy's going to die in the ravage anyway. There, take that, town. So we have the jungle ravage. This guy dies. This coastal build here is prevented, but this escalation build here is also going to be prevented by Prey on the Builders. Not trying to undermine the advice. Convert constantly, especially early. Yeah, especially early. Okay, so escalation build, and the funny thing is, it's actually giving me a choice. So it's easy to this is like a case in point where you're like, why is it giving me a choice? But I could choose to add an extra building here, and that you'd never want to do that. But if you're skipping invader actions for whatever reason, because Prey on the Builders, paralyzing fright, year of stillness, you know, you always do it. You'd never want them to have more buildings. Never, ever, ever. Okay, let's Gift of Power first, because it might influence these decisions. Okay. Oh my god, a defend card. Oh my god, Teeming Rivers. Fish Friends is the what I think of this one as. Look at all these fish friends. And a little crab there. There's me. Being all crabby. Flavor text on river notes how ice from the mountains feeds that spirit. Oh, that's interesting, Viserys. It'd be funny if the people who've been saying, oh, no ice spirits, would just been debating us all along. That would be good. Okay, so next turn, we've got a coastal ravage in here. We could prevent this with a fast... we could easily make the 3 damage here to clear this before the ravage. That's probably okay, especially as it's the fast fear. We've got fear generation anyway, but especially as... Yeah, that's an irrelevance. This is a very easy blight to prevent. In here, this is a big... This is a lot. This is a lot. It's uncountable. It's 12 damage. This here is also... This is 8 damage. It's beyond the scope of sap. We could take it down to 7. It's still beyond the scope of sap. However... I just felt like saying however there. Where's that animal in the top left of Teeming Rivers? A starfish. Top left, it looks like some kind of flatfish. No, that's not what I mean. I don't actually mean flatfish. I've actually got a model of one up there, but I'm not getting it. I'm in my sedentary phase of the day, having danced around the kitchen all morning. Now I'm sat on my ass. But it looks like, yeah, flat kind of fish. But not a flat fish, like flat, but you know, turn 90 degrees. Teeming cleans 2 lands. Teeming is a great card. Great elements. Needs Sacred Sight, though. It also kind of allows us to let this blight. It's a shame to let this Dahan die. Sap is wonderful, but 5 defend is not a whole hill of beans against England. And we've only got... Oh, we do have an air card to get the extra range from Sap. And it is... I mean, in theory, we should be playing Rain of Blood every turn, but we're not. So, rivers mean that we can just play rivers next turn, which actually gets us our second plant, which means we can kind of reclaim whatever we like. So we're not forced to reclaim one of these. Gonna be at 2 reclaims anyway. Crikey. Some combinations there. We need the Sacred Sight. So we can let this blight. We can clean up. Then it will blight again in the Mountain Ravage. It also allows us to add beasts. Now we've got a lot of beasts, but we might want more. If it goes long and we might like these elements for thresholds. Counter in 3 would be great. Yeah, it would be great. I think it's... So we've got... I mean, there are no beasts in here already. We can add one here. So remember, we've not done Teeth Gleam or 2 near yet. We could take this 8 down to a 7. We could Teeth Gleam in here to add a beast in here. Having added a beast in the growth phase, we could put a presence here and convert it to a beast. That's 2 beasts. Then we can use our innate with, as long as we get the damage, which we will, to go in here, drag one of these beasts, destroy the town. We're then down from an 8 damage to a 5 damage, where sap is then enough to defend. The counter-attacking defends, then the 4 damage destroys the city, which is pretty significant. And we just let this one go. That's, you know, that's fine. This jungle is not about to build. It's not about to ravage again. This jungle is also a pain in the arse, I've just realised, because it's built into ravage. This is a particular feature of the high immigration situation. So this is actually not solved with a fast attack. Yeah, okay, I've decided. We've come to a decision there. The committee has reached a decision. Prey could drag a beast as well. Sap are teaming a sea monsters tech. Yeah, both of them are sea monsters tech. Tech's taken from the river. Let's just get, where is it? There's one exception. The lingering remains of an ancient curse keep a high ridge shrouded in ice. And when the sun beats down, it feeds a single river with abundant meltwater. Oh, cool. With decision making skills like that, you should be a politician. Why do you hurt me like this? With these skills you have, you should be an amoral shithead. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? It's not, I know it's not what you're saying, but it's what I'm saying. Okay. So we get the second reclaim. This might be a turn to get energy rather than an extra card. We're sitting on 9 cards, which means we're well placed. Not because we've got the 2 reclaim ones, we can make that last pretty well. Sea Monsters is fully texted with 0 cost cards. An Ice Spirit is viable. Okay. Okay. The only reason I say that it's unlikely is because I'm pretty sure that someone on the dev team has said it's not happening. Okay. So we've got a singular energy. Actually, we've got Gift of Power. I think we grab the energy for flexibility. The energy means we can afford the prey as well as potentially the gleam. We've only got 2 reclaims though. If we don't gain a card, we're kind of forced to take these. Shadows of the Burning Forest. We could leave a presence in this coastal mountain for the sake of this 2 fear. We've already earned our fear card for this turn. This is a nice chunk of fear. This is plant, so we'd be reclaiming probably blood and gleam. We're converting this, borrowing one of these beasts. Fully threshed with 0 cast cards. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Threshed. We've got the Rain of Blood. So the Sea Monsters needs 3 water, 3 animal. If you're wondering what the hell me and let's be fully demonstrative. Even though I've only got 17 minutes of the stream left, so I shouldn't do this. But I've started anyway. So to get the repeat on this incredibly powerful major, that's what you need. Okay, I've seen the time. It's time to speed this chicken up. So maybe I will stop checking my working quite as much. Be nice. I think we just need to crank the fear as much as possible now. We do finally have a defend card. We've got lots of fear cards. I think we go energy place. So we are reclaiming 2. We reclaim Rain of Blood. We reclaim one of the plant cards. We've got 4 energy. This also empowers us to look at mages, by the way. We've got a build in here after the ravage. We could prevent that with prey, but I think we favor either stonks or just throwing out fear. Oh, but we need the second plant, so it's one of these. I think we play more stonks. So we need to think about leaving a presence in here for the sake of extra fear and terrifying fear as well. Terror's fear and push looks like 2 damage from frenzied assault too. Oh yeah, frenzied assault. I hadn't even factored in frenzied assault. So we need to convert. We need to maintain a sacred site, but this one doesn't have beasts in, so we should be safe from my own efforts there. So that's the second beast. So we're dragging a beast from in here. We've done our conversion. We are leaving this. Oh, we've actually got the range anyway. We ranging hunt in here. We bring this beast. We bring the presents for the things. We destroy a town with this 3 damage. We've got 5 damage ravaged there. We do have Dahan to push. We're going to have 1 left there, which maybe we frenzied assault to finish off the remaining building. However, they are building again. We're definitely leaving at least 1 in there. This is ravaging again next turn, which makes me think that actually... But it's actually build ravaging next turn. I actually think we leave the beasts in here. We leave the beasts in there. Okay, we've got rising interest in the island. So, we've seen this before. This is boosting the damage in here by 2. That's not great. So, our 5 damage ravage has become a 7 damage ravage. We've only got 1 fear card to mitigate it. And there's no mitigation on the card. We are against England, so the ignore the curiosity thing is this acceleration is less disastrous, but the acceleration on the fear deck is also not something we want to skip either. Rough. So either we lose this presence here, which also loses this 2 fear here, and this 2 fear here, or we ignore their curiosity. I think we're all ignoring their curiosity, and they accelerate a little bit. I think we can afford the acceleration. Because... Oh, we also have to pay... by the way, we also have to pay for it. The only way we can pay for it is losing our best fear card. Yeah, so we are ignoring their curiosity this time. So we add a town to a land without one. There probably isn't a land without one. Oh, there's this. There is this land without them. And we do get to add a beast to a jungle without blight. And they're building a city in here, but 3 with adjacent is the magic number. So we'll spread our beasts around. And we get to add a probably pointless wild somewhere. Let's... Probably won't make any difference where... So I'm not going to think about it too hard. I'll just put it over here. Because against England, it just typically doesn't do a lot. Remove and explore a town from land disease. We don't have those. Next fear card. And we've got the coastal ravage, so we get... Oh wow, I might have just lost here. Oh no, we've got disintegrated ecosystem. What the hell? What the hell happened to my calculating brain? We have to lose a beast, but we've got a few of those. It's actually really quite bad. We like these beasts being in here because they're about to... Oh wow, there's about to be a flipping blight placed in here as well. This is kind of bad. We leave this beast in here. I think... Yikes. Jinkies. Pretty bad. Now, the game is a kind of things going badly simulator. I know I say that a lot. This looks really bad. So I think we want to add the blight into here. Yeah. Where's this damage coming from? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we actually don't. Okay, so we don't at least have this problem here. So we do get to counterattack. And there's in this situation, there's no point killing the town because I'll just rebuild it. So we may as well maximize the fear. I think. If we kill the town and do 1 damage here, we can't finish off with Frenzied Assault. So I think we just maximize the fear generation. Yeah, that's a bit rough. And look how hectic the board is. So we get sand and we get the escalation build in here. Interestingly, the acceleration has in some ways helped us because we don't have to worry about the guaranteed escalation build here. But that's just the optimism talking. We are doomed. Let's just grab those fears. And we have... I think we might want to... What is this? This is a lot of damage. So it's tempting to just put a beast in here. A lone beast could make a difference by preventing a ravage or something. Not a fan of that blight card. It's not ideal for us as Fangs. Okay, Shadows of the Burning Forest is pretty nice though. I think we can make this a safe ravage by pushing the town out. Oh, wait. It's build into ravage. So yeah, actually this is necessary because they're going to build the town before the ravage. So we push this not into here. We push it into here. And we're generating some good fear all the while. We don't have many places that we can actually add beasts with Teeth Gleam now. So I think we go with adding one in here. And we have Terry's Chase. And again, we want to maximize the fear, so we need to make sure we use it to push invaders, and this is where we can do that. In fact, we've got a very nice Terry's Chase in here. We can push these two into here. And then we can push... We definitely don't want to push in here. So I think we're pushing into the wetland. This is sometimes what it's like against England. You're just pushing towns around. But we now gain more fear from Terry's Chase. The Frenzied Assault is basically, at this point, the 2 damage is probably irrelevant, but it will mean an extra fear. There's a lot of fear to generate, but that 1 fear might make a difference. So, the trouble is the cost of removing a blight. We haven't... Have we had an event that gives us big fear? The beast attack is pretty nice. That actually got skipped, so we never got to see that. Probably should have been factoring in that this wasn't in the game. So the farmland, we haven't had a big fear payout yet for our beasts. I don't think I will Frenzied Assault because it doesn't finish off any buildings. If it did, I would, but it doesn't, so I'd not. Okay, so this is a blight. We can just let that go. There's nothing we can do about that. That's a lot of damage. We want to reclaim here because there's no world where we... Is there a world where we look at a major with this reclaim? There might be a world where we look at a major with the reclaim. Because we can, of course, gain energy. And we've got enough cards that we have spares. Fear is the path to the dark side, not for us. Fear is a path to joy. Fear is the path to joy. So we need to defend in there, but then we should at least get a nice full clear. So that'll be a lot of free fear. So I think it's full reclaim. What is our 5-card turn like if we draw an absolutely terrible major? It's Sap. It's Rain of Blood. It's Burning Forest. It's quite a lot of fear. It's a good amount of fear. I think we look at a major that we possibly pay for with this. Otherwise, we keep going down this track. It could be that the major does nothing. But it also could be that the major does everything. Let's see. Major! gain energy next turn or this turn. If there is a power source you could tap, particularly when it resides in someone else. Okay, well, these are some cards. Okay, I might not be able to raid into Handelabra right at the start of their stream without just throwing this run needlessly. So sorry about that, Handelabra. Okay, so Indomitable Claim will be enough to defend in this inland mountain, which keeps the island less blighted, which is good. It also is acceleration, which is not as relevant now anymore. Pent-up Calamity is potentially a lot of damage for us. And it's quite affordable. Penn says bacon. Pent up early retirement for beasts. So currently there are 2 tokens there. So the thing about Pent is that against England 6, I don't like it so much. But Indomitable is not doing that much this turn. So actually we might take this and not use it this turn. We've got a couple of Earth cards. This Threshold could be relevant and useful. Let's get rid of these eyes. I like a good blood rack, but it needs some build-up time. Yeah, it certainly does. Trees and Stones Speak of War is... There are just not enough to harm to make that viable. I don't think. God, it's so good if we get Threshold at stage 2. Threshold is easy. Ish. But yeah, not enough clustering of Dahan or other Dahan's business. Indo Clamo, we could play Get the Animal. I don't know. It keeps... Okay, so the nice thing about Indo Clamo is that we can use it in this land. That next turn is a game-ending cascade. I mean, this is a terrible cascade. I guess we could go into here, but then our entire island is blighted. So we can do this, and because of the facts... I think that's the pick. Let's stop thinking about it. So we get rid of something. We keep the sun, our only other sun card, because this 3 fast fear might be relevant. What do we lose? Maybe Teeth Gleam. Maybe Gift. No, we're likely to be very broke for a while. So I think we lose a 1 cost. We keep Prey. We keep Terrifying in case we go for last fast 3 fear. So maybe we do lose Teeth Gleam. We can Threshold Pen. It's not as awesome against England. We Thresh it. Could stall if need be. Against England 6, I'd say Viserys is always a fear victory. Well, I mean, almost always a fear victory. In my experience. I think there's quite a lot of room in Spirit Island for playstyle. But that's certainly my experience. So we don't necessarily Indomitable Claim this turn. Actually. We could just let that blight. Why wouldn't I, though? I guess is the... Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you just let that blight? That's what's happened here. Oh yeah, we can undo that. By placing a presence, we're placing another beast somewhere. Though we don't have a conventional way of using our beasts because the island is so blighted. If we gain this energy and play Indomitable, we're actually down energy on the turn. So I don't want to use it when I don't have to. And this is not a must prevent Ravage. Either of these is a must prevent Ravage. Playing this is not going to gain me a lot of fear. Fear could help me with all of this. So I think we place more beasts. I think. I don't know. Not sure. Teeth Gleam is a 3 fear card. It is a 3 fear card. But it's a 3 fear card that costs 1. in a world where we have fear cards that cost less. We need to sap in here. We are like really banking heavily on stonks. That's the trouble with what's going on here. And I just realized I think I don't like that. I don't think I like that presence placement. I think I'd rather maybe kill this with my innate. This is going to be dealt with the ravage. So, oh no, we don't have wasps. Yeah, right. We're not up. We don't have enough for that. Oh, flap redeem. Hey there, Blues. Nice flap redeem there. So yeah, in a world where we might be indomitabling to stay in the game, and an indomitable turn is a turn where we are net zero on energy, then I think we don't do it unless we have to. And we forget the card that doesn't help us potentially get fast fear and build prevention. Was the event, discarded event a beast fear event? It was assimilation, so it's a beast attack. This early, it doesn't, it's not, I guess it can be good. Okay, so we do this, we do this. We actually don't have any great advantage to... So yeah, we get to Shadows of the Burning Forest in here with this city here, that's fine. So there's some use to this being here. Can we rearrange, can we use Terry's Chase to rearrange these Dahan? Push them from here into here, except that there won't be any invaders to arrange unless this has got a mountain on it, which is 50-50 odds. We've got one spare energy. Prey on the Builders is not as relevant anymore. Unless we just stop unless we stop generating energy. This is a fear. This is potentially another fast fear card. So we can have one fear this turn. We actually can't. I guess we could make this fast fear. Oh yeah, we can use this to give us the damage. Do this to destroy this in the fast phase rather than in the ravage phase. But I mean, look how far we are from Terror 3. It's horrible. Truly horrible. Losing Beast Attack's probably slightly better than losing Beast Fear in this match, but they're both great, yeah. This does feel pretty... This does feel really sketchy. Okay, so we sap in here. Ranging on here, but that's just to get early access to the fear that we would get in the slow phase. Having this earlier might make a difference. If we push 2 of these in here, that means we can kind of maybe grab some more fear with that. We leave this in here. This land's going to be empty though, isn't it? I think we still leave it in there. Blight spreads, does it? This is horrible. But we do get beast stonks. Oh, but we have emptied that land. But this is okay. We add a blight to a land adjacent to a land with blight. Okay, we're in a horrible situation of either losing 2 of our 3 presents, or losing 2 means we don't get this this 3 fear. Yuck. Yeah, we get our stunks. So So we add a blight to a land adjacent to a land with blight. There's nowhere on the board we can add a blight and not just lose. Unless the events cancel this ravage, which is unlikely. Especially given that it's got a beast and a strife in. I guess that won't work. So I think we either add a blight somewhere or just lose 2 presents. If we add a blight here, then we still get to Rain of Blood. So I think that's the call. Horrible. Because we're so... Yeah, I think that's right. But we do now gain some stonks. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we would have gained a couple more. But we actually get to move these now. Which is kind of cool. So I think we put those in here. In here, yeah, in here. Okay. So, fear cards begin now. Each player may replace a town we explore in a coastal land. We are not that close to Terra 3. Okay, but we can downgrade a town in a coastal land. So I guess we do that in this land. So this is becoming more assailable. Defend 2 in all lands with presence. Each spirit gains an energy per sacred site that have in lands with bays. We actually do gain an energy there. Wow. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan. 1 damage per Dahan there. Great. Explore does not affect coastal lands. Lands with disease are not a source of invasion of exploring. Okay, those fear cards, not enough. Not enough, Jim. But we do at least get that. Yeah, we're in some trouble. Is every single land on the board apart from this jungle blighted? And the answer to that question is yes. Oh dear. We do have a load of fear now, though. So, 10 fear away from Terra 3, and as you can see, there's a lot of cities here. We then need to find another 20 fear. Terry's Chase needs to push something to generate the fear, so we'll use that to push this explorer somewhere. We'll push this push it in there. And I think we do this just for the fear somewhere. Though we actually don't want to remove one of these beasts. Okay, we just do this for the fear, definitely. We too near the... So we are going to Indomitable in here, but then this cascade kills us, unfortunately. Yeah, we've got too far to go. It's too much. It's too much, Jim. Unless we can YOLO Major. Especially if these are all blighted, we can't actually do anything directly with these beasts. There's an interesting question on the BG forum saying, if all lands are under blighted, do you lose? You win the true game. Okay, so I think I lose now. Because I think I do. This is an 11 damage ravage over here. This here is a 12 damage ravage. The best I've got is a 5 defend and a 20 defend. But... So, to play the Indo Claymore, we need to go with one of these options. I mean, there's a chance that this will get brought down by these stonks in here. We could even push a couple more stonks in there, having destroyed this. We need to put a presence somewhere to target the claim over here, but we can just put it in one of these beast lands. This is probably a good place to put it. So if we target in here and we reclaim sap and blood, that's some fear, and it's a 5 defend versus a 12 defend ravage. Hope for good fear cards. Yeah. So if we are indomitable claiming, we almost certainly are... Yeah, this plant doesn't do a lot for us. So if we are indomitable claiming... then we kind of... If we go with this option here, we have 0 energy to spend. If we go with this option here, we have 2 energy to spend. Just thinking about whether to look at another major. With 2 energy to spend with a major, the best we can do is gain a couple of fear. Or potentially do some cheesing with something like whatever the hell this cheese card's called that I've been using recently. Something like this. Odds of getting that, relatively low. I remember a wildfire game where every land was blighted, the event made me out of blight. Oh, no. I think you might survive this turn. I think I might. But, I mean, we're nearly at Terror 3. The effects are much more valuable at this point. So 12 damage and 11 damage. This has the beast. This has way more likelihood of help, right? So we Indo in here. To Indo in here, we need a presence in or adjacent. Probably here is good. So we're putting a presence in here. To pay for this, we need this or this. I think it's... If it's this, then we have the flexibility to play anything from the bin. Though probably we're playing... we are probably playing Rain of Blood Sap anyway. Nothing we can gain will add an additional 6 defend apart from... actually, no, there are things that might do it. I think what we need to do is Indo in here. Make sure we kill this to upgrade these two. We sap in here with... play Rain of Blood to give range. So we're reclaiming blood and sap. We're playing claim. We are short a plant. If we claim, we'll get this plant. Oh, the Piezo Crunch has begun. So if we play blood, sap, power, claim, we are then... If we survive, this extra energy will make a big difference. Extra card probably won't. Go extra card, we don't have the spares to play any other cards. We can only grab these two. This is my only air card. If we play Prey on the Builders, that opens up this possibility to squeak out another fear. I think we have to do this, and we need to do this for targeting. So I think we go in here. Can you get one fast fear? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can use our innate to destroy this city in here. This is like the only non-blighted part of the island. We can afford prey. Prey gives us this option. We are 1 beast short. We won't get an additional one, but that 1 fear might count. The 2 damage also might count. For example, it might get sped up by the event, and we could use it in there. It's a bit crunched, but I don't think we've actually got that many very viable options. You know, I think this 5 defend in here with the claim in here, I think that's about as viable as it's getting. Oh, we actually don't need to play Gift of Power to get the plant. So we could actually get second tier of Frenzied. Gift of Power is unlikely to give us anything better than these things. Next turn, we can reclaim and do this to have a very similar turn, apart from we won't be praying. We'll be using something else from the bin. Gold's learned set of gift of power, shut up frenzy. There you go. Great minds thinking alike, as usual. So I think this is probably our best, and the reason it's not that crunchy is that I don't think there is anything else that's even remotely like to work. I hope anyway. Well, it'd be cool if there were solutions, but I don't think they're likely. Oh, we will have one more energy next turn if there is a next turn. So we've got our 20 defend in there. We also, oh, I didn't convert a beast. Wait a second, that could make a difference. I need to do that. So we do have a beast conversion. Oh no, we need the sacred site. I'm wondering whether to push the sacred site into here. No, I don't think so. Can I justify it? I don't think I can. Need 2 plants. Oh, I do need gift. Oh, right. I lose ranging. Okay. Great minds actually thinking differently. So yeah, we need the gift for the... No. Oh, I'm getting confused. I thought I was revealing this plant this turn. Okay, I am not doing that. So we don't get as much Frenzied Assault, but we do get this 2 fast fear, which is critical because that upgrades... Yeah, that upgrades all of my existing fear cards, which is massive. We leave all the beasts in here in case that reduces the damage done in the Ravage by quantity of beasts. I don't think we put our presence in there because that might backfire. Though it would mean we didn't need to Rain of Blood, but I think we need to Rain of Blood anyway. Indo in there. Yeah, so I'm further along this track than I was expecting to be. We actually probably don't want to prevent this build in here, because it will mean that these beast stonks might become irrelevant. So I think we prevent this build in here. Do we want to gather a beast in there? No, not if it's from here. So we've got a 12 damage Ravage. Okay, they've buffed their damage there. Grim Toll I don't think is going to do anything. And Fierce Mean might get me a fear somewhere. No. Okay. So that event has buffed this 12 into 15. Yikes. Each player may push any number of explorers or towns from one land. Okay, well that... Oh, this down depends. It's getting a bit rulesy here. When ravaging... Okay, so this +3 has not been added just yet. So this fear card, we can just push everything out of here. We can push everything out of here, so it's just 2 cities versus 5. So I think we push these in with these beasts in here. Now, we are making a city build in here. But if we win, it's on fear. It's not on... It's not on anything else. So we've now got a 6 damage. Let's just quickly double check that then. Yeah, 3 or more invaders. So now there are only 2. Defend 3 in all lands. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, next fear card. Skip the next normal build. Okay, interesting. So we survive. Kind of wasn't expecting to survive. How much fear do we need? A lot. We're going to gain an amount. Not a lot, though. Not a huge amount. So, Reign of... I mean, there's nothing that influences the Reign of Blood decision about Gift of Power. But we might... Let's see what we get here. Fast Fear could be good. We have jungle wetland ravages, which is not great. None of these are fast fear. Any of 3 of these ravages is game ending. Our only chance is a lot of fast fear. The time of Indomitable winning it for us is over. So defend 10. It's the only one that's even remotely useful for us. Because we can use it in one of these critical ravages fairly easily. Except it's very awkward for us to rearrange our presence now, actually, because of the blight everywhere. This, do we have 3 earth cards that are cheap? Yes, we do, and we've got an air, so we could potentially squeak out a paralyzing fright. So we don't need to think about that for quicken. Sorry, for drift down. And we do have a frenzied assault that won't actually change much at all. Will gain us another fear card though. Every fear might count. Where do we remove a beast from? Maybe we're not actually really over beasted in here. Oh, but they're about to build in there anyway. Over beasted being a new and important term. Damage plays innate in land 4 could be useful. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we could gain a good chunk of fast fear there. I always forget that it does this extra damage. We could take these down to being a 3+2+2, a 7. Which would mean we could easily kill City Town. Well, more easily kill City Town. Okay, so to win we need to generate 15 fast fear. In our current toolkit we have no fast fear. Apart from, potentially, we could use Indomitable Claim to generate some fast fear. 3 fast fear. It also could mean that a whole ravage doesn't happen. Quicker does defend in there. But the trouble is that any of these 3 ravages is game loss. That's the trouble with that. Oh, actually, yeah. Any of the ravages. Yeah, not the one in 4. The one that we can actually easily defend doesn't end it. We could... So this is only a 7 in here, so we could make that a Sacred Site and defend with Quicken. And this is also defendable. Then it leaves this, which is, yeah, problem. So we could potentially do a similar thing to last time, except we've only got 1 fear card instead of 3. So yeah, I think prioritizing the game ending one is higher. I mean, so it's not even worth looking to see if we've got Festering Pits of Blight, because there's nothing we can do about it. So yeah, jungle wetland. This is the one that's easy to solve with this, that prevents that. We let this one go, probably. Going for that every single land blighted effect. We can Indomitable in either of these. This is a 8 damage Ravage. This, which actually isn't that much. Wait a second, that's not that much. So 5 defend in there and hope for help. 10 defend in there. Indomitable in here and let this go. And then try and squeeze a bit more fear out of that. The thing is, that requires 5 energy. So we're going to have to do this. That will give us a total of 6 energy. So, and we'll need the Indomitable from the bin and the sap from the bin. This is already in our hand. So we'll be able to play this, but it won't contribute a lot. And we won't really be able to play... We won't be able to grab any of these from here because we'd kind of be committed to grabbing the sap and the Indomitable. We'd also not be making any real progress, apart from maybe getting lucky on stonks. You're not vulnerable to festering pits. Oh yeah, we've carefully... Good point. So, I think our only chance again is the Indomitable. Can we afford it? We need the targeting. Oh wait, we can get the targeting. No, this is 0 range targeting. Yeah, so we put the... we need the air from Rain of Blood to actually get the ranging for sap. So I think we might be forced to reclaim gain energy. I don't think we're going to get a card that's going to help us. Or if it does help us, it's not as reliable as this. I guess we could get Paralyzing Fright. If we reclaimed... Paralyzing Fright is functionally the same except for the 8 Fear. The 8 Fear, if we repeat it, is a win. As long as we don't lose. So if we reclaim, gain a major, we may get a better solution than Indomitable Claim. Except, if we make the Sacred Site here, we won't be able to target it in here. But we won't need to, because we can target it in here from this Sacred Site we've made. Then hopefully the air from Fright would mean we get the 5 defend in there, and the extra fear cards will deal with that. There you go. How about that? Rust and Atrophy, says Jobo. You have to place to play quicken. Yeah. Reclaim gain energy is probably best here. Yeah, I think it is. No. We need to... No. Reclaim gain energy doesn't work. That's the trouble. It's kind of tricky, though. When it gets complicated, it's like you've got like these few levers to pull. And you're like, oh, yeah. I need to... Yeah, this is non-negotiable. Which means... With that being non-negotiable, we only have 3 energy to play, and that means we don't get to do this big defend here. So I think we have to place a presence, and we have to gain energy. And it's a bit grim. So we have to do that. We have to do this. Do we? Wait. Oh, oops, wrong one. Still getting used to that UI. So we've got 2 energy that we'll gain. So we could do this, but then we can't afford this. Yeah, we have to gain energy just by elimination. So we have... But then we can't range the sap. If we're grabbing the Indomitable. If we're not ranging the sap, it frees us to instead grab Terry's Chase. Which then means we can get this extra 3 fast fear. There's no counterattack. So that fast fear could be significant. Well, it's significant. So... Damn it, we don't even get our ranging hunt damage. So yeah, I think this is... So if we play all of these cards... We get to defend in this one. We get to prevent the Ravage in this one. We're kind of YOLOing on this one, but we will have a fear card, an event potentially, which could give us more fear, and we'll have a beast in here, but no actual extra defend. We can rearrange beasts a tiny amount. We could gather into here and push from here. I don't think that's going to make much or any difference. Quickly looking... So the thing we can swap out, this gold's is in our hand anyway. We could replace Terrifying Chase with something else. But nothing else helps us stay in the game like this 3 Fear might. So I think that's what we do. Yeah, and it's very YOLO. It's just very YOLO, okay? So I'm sorry about that. Just sorry. I'm sorry it's become this YOLO. Because of all the blight everywhere, we can't push more beasts into here, unfortunately. So we're letting this one go. A cluster of beasts is more likely to actually generate fear. Like a cluster of 4 beasts is probably better. Like odd numbers of beasts are bad. So inefficient beast levels. I don't know if this is gonna... These beasts here may influence this ravage. Okay, yeah, I think it's not going to make that extra beast there. I don't think it's going to make any odds. So I think we push these 2 in here where they're adjacency to here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, we can save our presence. That's kind of cool. Don't need jungle presence. Don't need a slow sacred site. Oh god, does that change anything here? No, because we can't move presence into here for the sake of targeting sap without the extra range. It does potentially mean that... Oh no, yeah, the blight everywhere means that yeah, there are a lot of stuff doesn't work. I think we preserve our presence in case we survive. Yeah, we'll have stuff to push for Terry's Chase. Blight spreads. No beast stonks for us. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think we might be... So we could prevent a blight. Yeah, so we have to destroy presence. We don't actually need this sacred site anymore. We'll keep this sacred site. Actually, yeah, especially with the Terry's Chase. So I think we lose this sacred site. Maybe we lose these 2 single presences. We lose these 2 single presences. We can't afford to add the blight. And we do get to destroy some explorers. Woohoo! So, if this had been another fear stonk, we would have gained 4, 5, 6, 9 fear. Okay, what do we get? Each player adds a strife in a land with or adjacent to beasts. If they skip all normal actions in lands with beasts... Well, okay. Okay, Jim. All normal actions in lands with beasts is pretty cool. That's most lands, right? Let's go! Except we're not doing anything this turn. That's the trouble with all this. We're just not doing anything. We're surviving. But we're going to gain, what, like 2 fear in the slow phase? So, all of the ravages apart from this defended ravage are prevented. In fact, this ravage is prevented by the claim anyway. So, the ravage is relevant for next turn with sands and wetlands. This land doesn't have beasts in. Sorry, sands and mountains. This has beasts in. It's about to build to 6. It won't build next turn. This is irrelevant. So I think we put it on a city in here. Two more fear? No, we need more than 2. Oh, we get the Terry's Chase fear. Assuming we've got somewhere to put it. And that is a... So then we need 10 fast fear. This is a 6 London. We can at least use Frenzied Assault to destroy something. Pea-brain. Pea-brain. The pea-brain's exploding. Let's not push into here, pea-brain. That's a request I have of you. So I guess we could think about Ravage counterattacks with Dahan push, except we're not in with Dahan. That's a relief. I don't have to think about that then. Sand and mountain ravages. We have a sacred site in here, so we could take this down into the territory where this is defendable with Quicken, which is pretty nice. Then we've got this, which is actually defendable just with sap. Then we've got this, which is... Damn, we're not going to have any energy for reclaim. We'd have to gain energy reclaim. So, sap, quicken, indomitable, some hope. So, how do we influence that? We just don't push into here. We push from here. Okay. And... oh yeah, non-optional pushes as well, by the way. Jesus, am I about to lose in there? How many pushes is it? It's multiplied by the number of beasts. God. Okay, so if we push 3 beasts into there, all of a sudden that's a... I nearly autopiloted to the loss there. Especially that's a double build. Oh, well, it's a double build next turn. Okay, crikey. Let's not autopilot into losing, shall we? So we push 1 in there. No, none in there. 1 in here. 1 in... here. Explorers we don't care that much about explorers. This isn't ravaging anytime imminently. Not worth spending too many brain cells on there. But that's our 2 extra fear. Great. We can now use Gold's Law to bring them back. Jungle can take a couple. Alternatively, we could just... oh no, we can't Frenzied Assault. There are no beasts in there. Frenzied Assault is basically a town destroy somewhere, but at the cost of losing a beast. If we have an odd number of beasts somewhere, I think that's probably a good place to use it. It's beast maths. So maybe in here, and purely to maximize fear. Maximal. And we do have Gold's Allure, so I think, given this is a 6 damage ravage, we just drag some more towns back in here. And I think, because this is lost condition, we drag one of these towns. And so that's fine. And then we strife one of those. Pull town out of sand 6, says Quick Thinking Glimmer. Okay, so we do actually have a plan. 5 defend, 10 defend, hope, indomitable. To get the reclaim, we need to play that, but we do have an actual income. So we are indomitable. We are quickened. That's actually all of our energy, by the way. We need 7 fast fear, so there's also the possibility of just looking at a fast major, like fast fear major. Paralyzing Fright would be a win. Do we have we don't have fast fear cards. Oh my, the suffering of trying to beat England without fast fear. Ravage into build would be a loss. What? What's this? You're talking about Sand 6. Yeah, I'm going to start adding the chat delay so that you can see how much delay we're working with here. So I think I've already mentioned that, dragging that town out from there. Oh, well, as in the event turning the Ravage into a build. Right, okay, yeah. I see I'm seeing where you're going here. So we have a power choice, a power card choice to, here. We currently can't actually afford to get thresholded indomitable if we also want to quicken. We don't have any fast fear apart from our innate in here, which we don't have enough beasts in there. We have no direct fast fear apart from indomitable claim for 3 fast fear, and we actually need 8. If we were to grab power, if we were to get paralyzing fright, we could get threshold on it and just win. Didn't need to be said. Okay, trying to babble as, hey, no worries, I know it's a tricky one. Calling paralyzing fright shot. Okay, so how many mages have we got? 39. 1 in, slightly better than 1 in 10 chance of paralyzing fright, but there are other mages that will also generate a lot of fast fear that we wouldn't be able to afford. Okay, what about Terry's Nightmares? We've got 5 energy to play with. Terry's Nightmares would be 6 fast fear, which is actually 1 short of what we need. Terry's... bear in mind... Oh god, whoops. Don't want to accidentally click the button. Tiger's Hunting is 2 fast fear. Paralyzing Fright is the 8 fast fear we need to win, and we can threshold it. Power Storm is fun, but nothing, because we don't have a fast fear generator, that's irrelevant. Flow doesn't help us. Insatiable Hunger of the Swarm might be a sacrifice victory. And that's fun. Blazing Renewal's sad, and Blazing Renewal with Quicken the Earth Struggles is potentially destroying a few towns, but again, we need 8 fear. Given that our in-hand ability to gain fast fear is very limited, especially, basically our only fast fear in hand is using chase with claim, and then having a turn where we don't survive the ravage to gain 3 fear is not good. But Terry's Nightmares isn't, it's only 6 fear, and we actually need 7. Terry's Nightmares doesn't actually solve any of our other problems, though. He's taking actions 3 or 4 versus reclaiming. More flexible versus reclaiming, though. The trouble we have... let's just undo. Oh, God, I've got to make this decision again. This decision. Okay, so... so I've just undone, if you know what just happened there. So this is the start of the turn. We have no cards. If you were to reclaim 2 cards, because we can, then it is completely YOLO, rather than just partial YOLO. If we reclaim, we've got all of our 0 cost options. The sap could help us down here. The claim is a defend somewhere. And then the slow, if we survive, all this slow fear suddenly is good. So yeah, I don't think it is viable. I mean, it's pure YOLO. Whereas I think there is a chance that this fear card saves us. So I think we can't do that. So I think we are forced. I think our hand is completely forced to do this. And we also get to YOLO doing this as well, except we've actually got something resembling a backup plan. Given that we can only generate 3 fast fear, I think going for minor YOLO is not good enough. The best fast fear we can get out of a minor power would be 4 and a sacrifice victory, but we wouldn't be able to get that threshold with those elements yet. So I think it's a major that we may not use. I'm clicking it. Okay, we can't afford talons. Can we threshold Gates? Can we threshold old Bill Gates? Let's see. We've got a lot of 0 cost cards. Yeah, Grant! Grant, I'm sorry. It's not your time. Is it time to YOLO the gates? I feel like we must have it, but okay, like if we just look here, we've got Gift of Power and we've got Gift of Mountains. That means all we're short is the sun. So if we go Gift of Power, Gift of Mountains, and then play Terrifying Chase, then we get this and we have an even more YOLO effect, which is playing it immediately from unlock. At the cost of definitely losing if that doesn't work. Talons is fast fear next turn. That's true. That's just a good point. That is potentially a one game next turn once we've uncovered this presence from Indomitable. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And the builds shouldn't kill us this turn. I mean, it's the ravages that kill us this turn. Unlock seems fun. Yeah. So, the decision is... Okay, we've got Sand and Mountain Ravage, and I think we just focus on that and don't think about anything else. Otherwise, the brain explodes. So we've got a 5 damage in... a 5 defend in here with Sap. Fine. We have got a 10 defend in here. Great. So our mountains are fine, and then we've got sand in here. Indomitable Claim. Great. However, we cannot afford to do Terrifying Chase nonsense, so it is just a straight defend. That does mean if some Dahan were to magic over there, we could take advantage of that, so maybe we'd do it in here instead. But this is within the range of a fear card solving it. This is not. So I think we're Indomitable in here with no threshold. Sap with the range benefit of from blood. We quicken in here, and this is our YOLO land. And we take, I like Talons for next turn. So this would be 5 damage, which is a city. So that's 4 fast fear. We couldn't threshold it, but that's 4 fast fear, which should be enough. In a world where we do Rain of Blood for 3 fear, the 4 is enough. So I think we take this. We forget something that is irrelevant now, like Terry's Chase. We can't afford to play it this turn. And we have a better fast fear option than Indo next turn. We have relatively few things to choose from here. So again, our choice tree is quite low. Unlock the gates of deepest fun. Yeah, but it's like the gates of winds. I don't know. I think this is more viable. We could just, I mean, we could unlock the gates of deepest fun and get... Oh yeah, I actually haven't chosen the... Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry, my brain's getting confused. I chose Talons, because this means if we survive, we win next turn. If we unlock, there's no... and we don't get the instant win, we definitely lose. So, yeah, there is some method to my madness. And so we do have one more play. Does anything actually improve our survival chances? I suppose the Frenzied Assault, if we get ourselves another fire card, that makes a difference. Maybe not spend... oh, we don't have any energy to spend. We do have Revealed Plants, so Ranging Hunt needs another plant. Not that we can really do a lot with Ranging Hunt. We could rearrange more beasts into this land here. But we can do that regardless of if we have this the damage threshold. And if Stonks pay off fear, we just win anyway. Right? So there's no point converting anymore for that reason. Just a pessimist, I'm not sure we're going to make it. So we are kind of swinging in the wind in here. Indo. God, you know, I feel like we maybe should convert. But I also think it's good. It protects us from some events. So this is where we're vulnerable. Well, we're vulnerable, but this is our place that is not defended. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I'm not 100% if this is correct, but... Defend. Indo. And sap. We don't have presence over there. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. We can make it work. So we actually didn't need to use this, but we want that fear anyway. We can bring a presence over here. It's all fine. 2 damage. Yeah, I quite like that. And then we can push more beasts in here, which is what we wanted to do anyway. These 4 beasts could kill this city. Let's not add a presence in there. So yeah, now it's down to the event. Ranger Hunt lets you target sap by breaking up the mountain. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're on the same page. Whoa, give me stonks. Slow power now though. That's interesting. That does give us a... That does make a difference. Okay, we do get to destroy a load of explorers. Actually, we don't get to... What? Oh no, we're not in with Dahan. Damn it, we're not in with Dahan. We don't get that benefit. God, that would have been a useful thing. Okay, we don't get it. Well populated island, yeah, Mr. P. It's very well populated. Each player adds a strife in a land with Dahan. That was our 1 fear card. Oh dear. Well, they can't all be wins. Okay, some of them... interestingly, if we'd had more buildings in there... Yeah, I think we lose. The Rain of Blood fumble earlier would have meant an extra... Yeah, think about it, peasant. So yeah, there's no more random chances now. We just lose in here. The times are sad. The game is lost. Damn it. Kind of close, though. Close. And yeah, the 3 fear would have meant another fear card. Could have made all the difference. But it's good not to win all the time. People hate it when you win all the time. Let's raid Handelabra. I try and raid them on time. We're an hour late. They're going to be furious. Thanks for joining me today. I've been Peasant. You've been whoever the hell you are. I stream Spirit on Fridays and Saturdays and other things on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Looks like they are playing some Triple Spirit with Seamus, Dolphin, and Migrant P. Thanks for the well playeds. One mistake does cascade at this difficulty. It's much more forgiving with, more spirits, lower difficulty, but it's fine. It's good not to win them all. Right. Thanks, and I will see some of you in the future. I'm going to click the raid button now. All right. Bye for now.